Notification. Hello and welcome to the United Stands. We are live for the watch along with Manchester United versus Southampton. I have obviously Mark's in the graphics, but Mark's not here. It's me today, Marcus, and I'm joined by Daniel. Daniel, how you doing?
What's going on, my brother? How you been?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How are you?
Everything is well. It's a snowy Saturday in New York.
Snowy Saturday. Wow, I've got absolutely bright blazing sunshine where I am today. So yeah,
God bless you, man.
so a couple of people. Mark is looking beautiful as we've seen. Yeah, there we go. So Mark is around. Look, he's on the graphics. He is here, but Mark is at the game today. Mark had a fantastic opportunity to go to the game today, and he wanted to go. So I am filling in. So hopefully that's all right with everyone. So we are waiting for team news, which will be in the next 3 minutes. A lot of people smiling about Mark's picture. Very, very funny. So yeah, we are. How we doing, everyone? Please like my fires. How are you doing? Red Devil says, "Where is Mark? Where is Mark?" So Mark is at the game. Mark is at the game. Mark will be doing a fan cam this afternoon. So please make sure you are stay tuned and you are sub to the United Stand channel and turn your notifications on. Liam wants Mark to be here. Sorry, unfortunately he's not. Unfortunately he's not. He is at the game. So hopefully me and Daniel do a good enough job for you all and keep you all entertained. So that's Mark's predicted 11 to his to his left. So he's predicted that De Gea will be in goal, Young, Smalling, Lindelof and Shaw as the back four, McTominay, Pereira and Pogba as the midfield three, and Dalot as the right winger with Lukaku through the middle and Rashford on the left. So, Daniel, what do you think about Mark's predicted 11?
The predicted 11, I think, is going to be pretty close to the lineup. I just want to see what happens with Martial to see if he's going to be involved or not. I'd say probably Pereira comes in for Fred, yeah, because Pereira played well in the Liverpool game. It's a home game. He's very into getting the crowd up also, Pereira, and Fred didn't play great the other night. So other than that, I'd say it's probably pretty spot on so long as Sanchez isn't playing.
Yeah, okay. We'll still wait. Have you got the team news up yet, Daniel? I can't see it yet on Twitter.
Not yet. Look like it'll be coming in about 30 seconds or so.
Okay,
Should have everything.
Right. So, I mean, predictions for this game then, people. I mean, obviously, how you doing, Salt? You all right, Max? Luca's here, one of the moderators. How you doing, Luca? Maria's here. Thank you. I've had a contribution already from Mr. Beast. Thanks for that. It says Mark joins the list in the injury crisis. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the team there, I mean, Dalot at right wing. So, what do you think about that? Do you think it's too much too soon, or do you think he's quite capable after the last game against Crystal Palace?
No, I think he actually played very well there the other day. I was actually quite surprised. I know he's pretty versatile, especially as a young player. You know, you could kind of put them anywhere, but I'd rather have him out there than Ashley Young at right wing. Even though Ashley Young should probably not be on the field at all, and it should just be Dalot and then somebody like Chong. But I understand Chong doesn't have the experience yet, and the team news is in Marcus and. Alexis is starting, so that's sad right off the bat.
So straight away, so let's have a look and see how it compares to Mark's team. Let's just get it on there on Twitter. So do you want to announce the team then, Daniel?
Yeah, absolutely. You have De Gea in goal, Young, Smalling, Lindelof, and Shaw at the back. Young, sadly, as captain. McTominay just in front of the back four. Andreas and Pogba. And then your front three is going to be Alexis, Lukaku, and Rashford. So I don't know if Rashford's going to be playing on the. I'm sure he'll play on the right and have Lukaku up front. But yeah, and Alexis in the team again. I'm just not a fan of that whatsoever. Your bench is Lee Grant, Dalot, Eric Bailly, Marcus Rojo, Fred, and then Angel Gomes and Tahith Chong. So there's actually quite a bit of youth on the bench there. So
okay, right.
That's a plus.
Right, so we've got two youngsters on the bench. So obviously Garner misses out from the bench, who was involved against Crystal Palace. Um, and the main one to come out of the starting 11 then is Delow. So Delow has been dropped to the bench and Alexis comes in. So presumably Rashford would go right, Alexis would go left, and Lukaku would go through the middle. But I can't see Alexis moving anywhere from that left hand side. So the interchange will probably come between Rashford and Lukaku.
Yeah, no, exactly. The problem is with that is now, I mean, hopefully we'll see what we kind of saw at Palace the other night where we have Pogba playing on the right instead of on the left because him and Alexis just don't work together. But also, too, that kind of nullifies Luke Shaw when you have Alexis on the left because, you know, him and Shaw don't work. They don't really work together either. Um, so I don't know. I mean, maybe if, you know, at any cost you have Alexis on the left and then maybe Lukaku comes in from the right. I know he said he doesn't mind where he plays in all these teams, so just wish he wasn't playing. He's done nothing to even earn a start or earn a subs appearance or anything. So
And we've just had some good news from the comments. Spurs are 1-1 with
yeah,
Arsenal.
Harry Kane penalty. So
So that is good news. I mean, in that game, and guys in the comments get involved as well. I mean, obviously, do you want Arsenal to drop points here? Would you rather Spurs drop points, see if we can catch third, or you know,
I think a draw would be ideal, really. Because Arsenal have the easier schedule along the rest of the way, and Spurs they still have to play City. I think they still have to go to Liverpool also. So I'd prefer a draw here. Yeah, so
yeah.
in that way.
So Capone says he wants Arsenal to win. He wants third. Merck Watch says yes, he wants Spurs. AS7 Alexis says best result is a draw. Um, Draw is good, says Andy Pandy. Jay Nicol wants Arsenal. Patrick St Pierre wants them both to drop points. Draw would be nice. So only one wrong in the predicting lineup, says Mark. So Mark is in the comments. See, he is around. So yeah. So the only one that's missed out is Delow. So obviously Alexis is coming for that. McTominay didn't do too bad against Crystal Palace, Daniel. So
No. He played well. I would just think that I know that Fred needs a run of games, and I know that Pereira played well against Liverpool. So being that it's a home game and it's not really the same test that as it is a Liverpool, like I think McTominay was the right choice to play against Liverpool because he's from the youth, he gets the game. But I would like to see in this game if they could have played Fred and Andreas and Pogba together, because Andreas can sit in front of the back four, but also Fred could kind of play that role too.
yeah,
Just to see them all play together rather than McTominay, kind of know what you're getting. But again, the main thing for me is Sanchez. I mean, this guy has had chance after chance after chance and just does nothing with it. And it's really disappointing. You're playing Southampton today. You're at home. The whole like running around bit. It's not doing it. It's not doing it for me. I don't understand how some supporters. That's good enough for them, but he's got to start doing more than just pandering about a goal and assist, something. But
yeah, definitely. I think United, no matter what team United put out today, even with the injuries, I think it should be enough to get the 3 points over Southampton today. I don't. Have you got the Southampton lineup at all, Daniel?
Southampton lineup, I don't have yet. I could go grab it for you. Hold on
Yeah,
1 minute.
could you grab it for me just in case people are interested? I mean, they do have a couple of danger men in there. Ward Prowse for me being the main one. Since the change of managers, they've been on decent run, I suppose, since they got rid of the last manager. So, be interesting to see
Yeah,
how.
I'm actually a big fan of the Saints manager Hassan Huddle. I really liked him at Leipzig. He does a lot with a little resources, and
Yeah,
him at a big team, I think he'd do very well because he's very invested in youth players. So, all right, here's your team sheet. So you got Angus Gunn in goal, which I'm a little worried about because he's ex-City and he's had two really good performances this year.
definitely.
Jean Valery, Maya Yoshida, Yannick Vestergaard, Jan Bednarek. It's actually going to be a back five for them, and Ryan Bertrand. So they're going to probably play 5-3-2. Højbjerg, Romeu, and James Ward-Prowse in your midfield, and then Nathan Redmond and Charlie Austin up front. So that's probably their strongest team. Doesn't look like they have anybody missing except for maybe Shane Long. So Yeah, be a decent, definitely be a decent test. Like Mark was saying the other night, we're not great at home.
Mm.
So
Well, we've had a
yeah,
quite a few draws, haven't we, in the last couple? Draw Liverpool
yeah,
being the main one. But had a contribution here from Zachary Purvis. Thank you, mate. It says Alexis is just like Fellaini for me, all effort, no end product. You can run all day, give 100%, and still not be good enough, and we are seeing that. So, I mean, I think Alexis brings attention because of the wages that he's on, and for me, the wages that the board and Mourinho discussed when they brought him in is literally just caused ripples now through the club because you're seeing De Gea wanting what he's worth. And don't get me wrong, I think De Gea is worth every penny. But I think the club have got to say, when is enough enough? I mean, reports are saying he wants
of
four
course.
hundred
Yeah.
thousand upwards. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. They set a bad precedent. They set a bad precedent with that because now the analogy that Mark was given the other day in the past 2 days. You see people around you performing at a less of a standard, and they're getting twice what you're getting,
yeah,
and players are going to feel aggrieved by that, and that's at any sport, and that's at any level. If you're not doing your job, how can you justify getting those sort of wages? And De Gea has been our most important player for the last 6-7 years, and to say that now you can't pay him because you don't want to match wages of a guy who has done nothing since he's come.
definitely.
You can only hope that there's only so much truth in the rumor. Maybe it's half truth, but it would be a really bad look for the team and the club as a whole if you lose a player like Dave over wages. Especially with the money that we have.
Yeah, I mean, there's the possibilities. I mean, like I said just now, where does it end? I think
Yeah,
United and the board have really shot themselves in the foot. Alexis is the most paid player in the Premier League, and it's no secret that United have millions and millions, to spend. And I just think maybe now players will, start to realise, well, look, Alexis is getting all that money, not playing that well, on the bench as well. Whereas I'm a starter and Pogba's a starter. Why aren't we on, the same or similar wages to him when we bring more to the team? So it's an
yeah, of course,
interesting.
man.
It's
Of course,
interesting how they go, how they do it.
it's a
But
slippery slope because you set yourself down a bad way. When Fellaini was here, players in the team would look at the lineup and say, "Well, how the hell is he getting in the squad
yeah,
when I have 10 times the talent as him?" It's the same with the money, and it's the same way with transfers and how Neymar's a 200 million pound player, and then they're saying Mbappe is going to be what you're going to pay a £500 million for him. It's they set the players set the market, and then it just gets ridiculous. But the way to stop that is teams have to stop paying those sorts of fees and those sorts of wages. And when you have teams run by oil money and consortiums and things like that, it's going to be very hard to stop. So it's just dangerous. But a couple people asking for the lineup again, Marcus. I don't know if you want to give it out or do
yeah.
you want me to
Well,
read
you
it?
can
Or
give it out, mate, if you want. Go for it.
all right, so your lineup is going to be De Gea in goal, an unchanged back four. You're going to have Young, Smalling, Lindelof, and Shaw, McTominay, Andreas, and Pogba in the midfield, Alexis, Rashford, and Lukaku up front, and your bench is going to be Grant, Diego Dalot, Bailly, Marcus Rojo, Fred, Gomes, Angel Gomes, and Tahith Chong. So 3 players in there that are under 20, Delo, Gomes, and Chong on the bench. So hopefully 2 of them will be involved, and I hope it's Chong and Gomes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good as well that Ollie he's doing it the traditional United way. I mean, you're on about there 3 players under the age of 20. We've got 2. I wouldn't say young youngsters playing, but McTominay and Pereira as well. Pereira, again out of contract, um, getting in ahead of Fred, £50 million. I mean, what's your thoughts on that situation, Daniel?
It kind of speaks to me is that they're going to try to keep Andreas around. And again, it kind of goes back to what Mark says about the board, and maybe the flags are up about not spending any money in the summer, or not spending a lot of money in the summer because now they've been giving Andreas a chance, so if they could retain him, that's one less midfielder they have to sign, and things like that. I'd be happy for him to stay. I do think he's a quality player. I just we haven't seen enough of him.
Yeah,
I know the couple chances that he got when Ole first came in, the chances that he got, he didn't play very well, but I think he's getting more confident. I think playing in that Liverpool game was huge for him, and we'll see what he does today. I think he'll play well today, especially against a team like Southampton.
yeah, definitely. I think it's guys as well, get in the comments as well. I mean, I know we're early, but what do you guys think about the Gomez and the Heath Chong on the bench? I think that's quite impressive from Ollie. I really do. I mean, he could have gone the negative route and gone a bit more defensive in there, but I can't. You've got three defenders in there as well, Dan. Rojo's just coming back from injury as well. I mean, Rojo's a difficult one. I thought he would have had a future at United, but Mark's been talking like he seems to think Babe will be going in the summer. Do you agree with that?
Um, as of now, they put Rojo on the bench today, so I think anything's possible. You got Phil Jones again, who this guy's going to be out to the next the next turn of the century. But Bailly, I don't think they trust, and I think that really he let himself down in the game against Huddersfield. Was it when he got the red? I
Yeah,
think that was really I think that was really the. I don't want to say the final straw, but I think that really didn't put him in their good graces, especially because there was big games after that he missed. I just don't think they could trust him really. I like him a lot. He's a total cavalier center back, but I just don't think that the staff are big fans of him because as a defender you got to be composed, and he's anything but. So
yeah. So Paul Robinson, one of the moderators. Thanks for joining, Paul. He says Rojo is rubbish. Uh, Snaps, welcome, mate. He says I don't think Eric will be going. And had a super chat from Zachary Purvis. Thank you. It says Andreas reminds me of the Depay, flair player with a high ceiling, just needs chances and confidence, and he will thrive. Also, he's always been a 10, not a 6. So that's interesting. I mean, Andreas, he's been in a few positions, under Mourinho, under Ollie now. He's been out on the right wing. He's played as a CDM for Mourinho and Ollie in the odd appearance. So, I mean, do you reckon he's good enough to nail down a place in this squad?
well, we're gonna have to see. He's gonna have to be, especially with all the injuries that we have now. But the thing I like about him is he's got tons of versatility. He plays on the right. He could play attacking midfield. He could play center defensive midfield. He could just play your regular box to box midfielder. He's a very useful player to have in the squad. Much like a Ji-Sung Park, you'd kind of put him anywhere. And those players are always very important to teams, especially title winning teams. So. Just got to see what his level is. Got to see if he could get his level up, really.
Definitely. Thanks for that comment, Tim Warney. Much appreciated. So, yeah, Mark is at the game. He had the opportunity to go to the game late this morning, so he's gone. So hopefully Mark will be doing definitely a fan cam. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell for the notifications. And be sure to share the video as well. Drop a like on there if you think we're doing okay and filling in for him. So big shoes to fill, but we will try our best. The lineup RH is wrong. Yeah, that was Mark's predicted lineup. So the only change is Rashford moves out to the right and Alexis comes in on the left for Delo. So at the moment, it's still 1-1 in the Spurs and Arsenal game. Is that right, Daniel?
Yeah, still 1-1. About 3 minutes left, and then there's going to be some stoppages. So
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think the draw would be a good result for United. So let's see what happens here.
Joel Slatton said he would start Gomez. Where would you start him then, Joe? Get in the comments. Let us know. Where would you start Gomez? Sanchez is starting. Says, oh yes, Sanchez is on the left, and Rashford will be out on the right instead of Delo, and Lukaku through the middle. Michael, it would be, but this is the graphics I've got, so I can't do anything about that. Ayushman Mishra, I hope I said that right. Where is Mark? Mark is at the game. Where is Garner? So yeah, I mean Garner's been dropped out completely, Daniel. I mean, do you think that's fair? Is it warranted? Do you think he should have got another chance here today?
Well, you know what it is. I think that he's always looking at the game. He knows we're playing Saints. He knows we're at home, and I think bringing on a player like giving a debut to Garner, which you did the other day at Palace, this could be a really good chance to give Chong a debut at home. As a flair player, and same thing with Angel. As everyone wants to say in the comments, yes, Gomez. If you want to pronounce his name Gomez, you can.
I didn't want to say that to you.
I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna take everybody to school here myself. His last name is Portuguese, and Portuguese it's Gomes, so it's not Gomez. So when you do your homework, you can get back to me. But all right. So Angel Gomez for now. I think when you have young flair players like that are good to bring on at home. Same thing as McTominay, like going back to last year, bringing on McTominay to make his debut in a home game against, an inferior opposition, so to speak. You want to kind of bring on flair players because that's when they could do their best work. So I wouldn't say I don't disagree with it. I wouldn't say I agree with it. I just think it's a nothing, dropping him. I don't think he'll think too much about it, or maybe he will.
It's very interesting. Matthew Edlin has just said 4-3-3 or 4-4-2. Do you know what? That team there. Pereira's out on the right, and then McTominay and Pogba central, and then Alexis is on the left. You then go with Rashford and Lukaku straight up top, didn't you? So I
Yeah.
mean,
It could be it could be 3-5-2. Who knows? But Arsenal just got a penalty here, and it
oh
didn't look like
no,
too much of a penalty.
no, 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 no. Is it
Uh,
is it warrant of
I
a
mean,
penalty?
you know what it is. I think I wouldn't say that it's not a foul by Sanchez. I'd say probably if it was in the middle of the field, it would be a foul. But it looks like Aubameyang's already falling over as he's going to ground. It looks like he's already falling over when the challenge comes in. So now they're going to have a 90th minute penalty here. So
Well, Lloris isn't a bad shot stopper, so uh, put the faith in him. So I'm just gonna wait for the comments and you, Daniel, to let us know.
yeah, I think that was just a makeup call, really, because I think Spurs' penalty. Kane was offside, and they actually gave a penalty. So see what happens
A
here.
lot of people saying no way,
Oh, he
that's a
saved it.
penalty. You saved it.
He saved it, and then the rebound comes into Iwobi. He crosses it right in the face of goal, maybe about 3 feet away from goal, and it looks like Aubameyang's put that over. I don't know if there was a
Oh,
block in there, but yeah, there was a chance for a rebound, and I think Alderweireld cleared that, so it's going to be a Arsenal corner, but really good, poor penalty, I got to say, but did well to push it out of harm's way.
well, do you know what I'm going to say? That's a great save because I do think Lloris is a good shot stopper, good sweeper
Yeah,
keeper. So yeah, good save there by Lloris. Bit of justice jam, says Quessy. Yeah. Pancala
definitely.
says, what a game. A lot of people going mad in the comments saying, yes, yes, saved it. Um, so, yeah, I mean, as it goes, and again, this last night, Dan, there was a story that broke out, and again, people in the comments get involved with this. Solskjaer has been involved in the promotional advertising for next season. So, do you think that he gets the job now? I mean, do you think irrelevant of top four or third place? Do you think he gets the job now, being involved in that?
Well, I'd say he's going to have to because the board doesn't like spending money. So imagine all the Photoshop rates they'll have to pay to get him out of the photos and put somebody else in. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's got to be him now. To be honest, it should be him. I just think they're waiting for a good time to announce it. He's changed the whole mood of the club. I talk to my buddies all the time. Good friend of mine, season ticket holder, and we talk pretty regularly, and it's just it's like night and day. It really is night
yeah,
and day between what they had under Mourinho and what they have now. So people enjoy coming to the stadium. People, the players enjoy getting on the pitch. It's just a totally different atmosphere. So I think once you have that, and I look at Di Matteo and Tim Sherwood and guys that have been interim bosses and have failed, but the guy gets the club. To me, more than anything, I think you can't put a price on that. So.
oh, there's a couple of comments here saying 2-1. No, it's not. No, it's the same guy
That's
spamming.
yeah, still 1-1. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, for me, I think even with the record of the 8 away wins, and he's got United playing the way United should be playing, and he's using the whole depth of the squad at the minute to patch the squad up. He's putting his faith in the youngsters. So for me, I think give the guy 250 million in the summer, and I think he'll do wonders. Um, Players we're linked to, the Koulibalis, the Jadon Sancho's. I think if he brings them in and we're in the Champions League, I think it's onwards and upwards. I think for United next season.
Yeah, be fantastic. I was actually watching. I was watching Dortmund's game yesterday against Augsburg, and Sancho didn't have the best game, but you could just see the type of talent. You could just see the player he is. I mean, he just wants to get on the ball all the time. He's got tremendous speed, the foot skill. And especially on the right side, he was playing on the right yesterday. We just don't really have anybody that's nailed down that right side. So, you bring in a guy like that, you have him on the right, Martial on the left, and Rashford up front would be, everybody's under the age of what, 23, 24.
Yeah.
It would just be, that could be your front. That could be your front three for the next 5-6 years. So, that would be massive. But yeah, I just. The downside to all is I just don't know how much money they'll give him. Other guys will demand more money, and I think he's just very grateful to have the job if it is his. So,
well, the only worry for me is the fact that we seem to be haggling over the contracts for, let's say, the senior players, to put it polite.
Yeah.
Ashley Young, Mata. I think Herrera and De Gea should have really been the first ones out the gate to have their contract sorted. And United are stalling on that for the minute. I mean, De Gea is willing to sign his long-term future to the club, which is good. But Herrera's contract has gone quiet for me. Not hearing a lot about it. So I think a little bit of a worry because he's done so well since Ollie's come in. It's like Mark says, fantastic box-to-box player. And he's got United in his veins, that guy. He really does. He plays for the shirt, the badge. He's playing for the manager. And, a lot of these youngsters as well are pushing themselves through the pain barrier. So,
yeah. He's him and De Gea have been some of the most consistent players for us, and some of the hardest workers.
There's a red pretty much give everything. Arsenal.
Yeah, it's Herrera getting sent off.
Yeah,
so
Herrera's been sent off. So
probably not going to mean much in this game, but for the next 3 games, that'll be massive.
Yeah, we got Arsenal, won't we? Next weekend. Yeah. So that's a player they'll be missing. Important player for Arsenal as well, I think. Joshua, definitely. I know the lineup's wrong, Joshua. That was Mark's predicted 11. So the only player that's missing out is Delo, has come out for Sanchez. So Torreira's out for the United game, says Akil Camel. Yep. Torreira can't play against United. Topic. Yep. So he would miss. Was it a straight red or was it second yellow?
No, straight red.
Straight red. So yeah, that's
because he only came on as a substitute. So he didn't start the game. So he'll be out of that. And I saw United Stand tweeted before that if Shaw gets a yellow in this game, he'd be suspended for Arsenal. So hopefully. That doesn't happen.
Yakov says it was an awful tackle.
It was. It was high. It was about knee high on with the studs showing.
And Andy Pandy says 1-1. That's it. It's over. A career-ending tackle, says JSS TFH. Hamadou Tamara says 1-1 full time. So is it over, Dan?
Yeah. It's a wrap. So
as it stands at this minute, we are, 2 points off Arsenal now, 3 off Spurs. So a win would put us joint third. Am I right?
I think Spurs actually are 4 ahead of us. I think they were 3, and then with the point, they're 4. And then I think, Arsenal will just be 2. So a win will go ahead of them. So
either way.
Like I said, I think that's the best result because now you could catch both teams. If one wins, it's like I said. Arsenal's got the weak schedule the rest of the way. So, I think the draw is the best result.
A lot of people talking about a certain other, as Mark says, Pratt in a hat on another channel. Do you know what? I think it's Expression's birthday today as well. So happy birthday to him. But,
it's good for him.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that result, to be honest, 1-1.
I said this, the last 10 minutes of that game, they were under a lot of pressure, Spurs. They actually did well not to concede, and then they had the penalty save. So yeah, I think they did well to get out of there with a draw. But
So Ayushman Mishra says, guys, what do you think about Schmeichel as director of football? So get in the comments, guys. What do you think about Marcus called an ambulance for Mark? Says Danny. I've got one prepared. DT's anger management counsellor, thanks for the contribution, mate. He says, is the game televised? If not, where can you watch it? So it's not on in the UK. So Daniel is going to be referencing what's going on for us. So Daniel, what channel is it on in America?
if you are in the good old US of A, it will be on NBC Sports. So tune into NBC Sports, y'all.
Right, so NBC Sports for the American viewers. So Daniel, you've got something pretty interesting happening in the summer.
Yes,
Yeah,
I sure do.
do you want to
So,
share it with the United Stand community?
will do. So, attention everybody in the United Stand community. Just give me 30 seconds of your time. I know if you're over in England, you might find my the American accent and the Americanisms quite annoying. But I'll just take a minute of your life. So the club that I play for is a semi-professional club in New York. Got a lot of ex-pros on it, guys who used to play lower leagues of England and Ireland, things like that. And in the summer, our Legends team, so we have about 7 teams. We have a first division team, we have a first division reserves, and so on. Our Legends team, which is the guys that are over 35, they will be playing a game against Man United Legends. So it'll be Saturday. Let me just get the exact date for you. It's in June. It will be Saturday, the 22nd of June. They're actually doing a whole 3-day thing, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in June from the 21st to the 23rd. There's going to be meet and greets with players. There's going to be things like that. And then Saturday will be the game. So United's already announced that Brian McClare will be playing in the game. Cleberson will be playing in the game. They're trying to bring on Wes Brown, Clayton Blackmore, Frank Stapleton, a lot of guys from the late 80s, 90s, things like that. So it's pretty big deal for the club. The tickets are cheap. It's going to be taking place in Manhattan. Tickets are about $10. If anybody wants to reach out and come to the game, if you happen to be in New York during that time, if you already live in New York, I know we got a lot of American viewers. We got a lot of New York viewers. So if you're interested in coming to that, just give me a buzz, give me a text. I'm gonna feed out my my details just so everybody has them. The number is 1-347.
Hang on, Daniel. Just got
Yeah, you got
super
it.
chat. Hang on.
You got it, pal. Yeah.
So Andrew Rossi's made a contribution. Thanks for that. He says, "Hello, boys. Looks like a win puts us in 4th and 3 points out of 3rd. Would you ever think this is possible 2 months ago?" We will answer that in a second, mate. But Daniel, do you want to carry on?
Yeah, I was just saying, if you want to coming down to the game, it's going to be at Manhattan College, Gaelic Park, actually in Manhattan. It's a huge football where they play Gaelic football at. It's a huge stadium. So, like I said, tickets will be $10. It'll be Man United Legends against New York Shamrock Legends. If you just Google New York Shamrock, you'll see all about the club. I'll be on a couple of those pages and things like that. And if you want to give me a text, like I said, WhatsApp, the number's 1-347-366-2853. So you could just get at me anytime, and I'll give you details about the game. And I have tons of tickets, so all you got to do is ask.
So there we go. So Daniel, you'll probably put it on Twitter, yeah?
Yes, I'm also on Twitter. The Twitter handle there is Doctor, so DR, and then _ Octagon, so OCTAGON.
So there we go. Do you want to put it in the comments as well, Daniel, so people can get in contact with you that way as well?
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah, so we'll discuss it again after the game, but we are
Absolutely
30 minutes away from kickoff. A lot of people again saying, "Where's Mark? Why is Mark frozen?" So Mark is here in spirit. Snaps. Dan's going to put it in the chat.
Yes, sir. I'm just going to sign in here.
Sophie Ashall wants a shout out. There you go. So Ed Woodward says if we win, we are fourth and 3 points behind Spurs. Marcus at the game, guys. Yep. Right, you can go because I'm not having that. That's it. Well done, Slaps. Yep. Lynn Hall says greedy rip-off Sky ruined the EPL in the UK. Hate them. English football fans get ripped off and missed out constantly. Do you know what? I think MUTV should televise all the games. I really do. I think if they put their subscription up, I think they get a lot of custom. I really do. But it is what it is. Lucas says, "Thank God, no Mark." Vivito, how you doing? Someone wants a shout out there. Tingle Toes wants a shout out. Ma Khan, how you doing? AJV, I'm not fat. That's all. I'm nowhere near fat. Um, what channel are you watching this on? So, Daniel, do you want to shout out the channel again? That it's on in
Yeah,
America?
if you're over in America, the channel's going to be NBC Sports, so you'll see it on there.
Okay, so the lineup is De Gea in goal, Ashley Young at right back, Ashley Young as captain as well, Smalling, Lindelof centre backs, Luke Shaw at left back, Pereira, McTominay and Pogba as the midfield three, and we're assuming it's going to be Rashford out on the right with Lukaku through the middle and Sanchez on the left. So as it stands, is the game televised? Says Tyrone. Only in America, mate. So yeah, NBC Sports in America. It's officially not on in the UK. So United's last run of games then, Daniel. I mean, the way we're shaping up, we got four. The last 6 games we've got 4 wins, 2 draws. Southampton, 2 losses, 2 draws, 2 wins. How do you see the game going?
The problem is with us, we haven't been great at home last 3 games. We haven't been great at home really all season under Mourinho. Kind of have a little hangover at home. I think we do play better away because we get to use the counterattack more. But
Right.
I think today we're finally going to get over the hump, and I'm going to say 3-0.
There we go. So guys, get in the comments. I mean, what's your predictions here? Daniel's going with 3-0. I'm going to go with 3-1. I fancy, if Rashford's starting the game, I fancy Rashford to absolutely tear apart the Southampton. Was it the back 5 you were saying, Daniel?
Yeah, they're definitely going to play a back 5, or maybe they're going to do a 3-5-2 and have the wing backs. But the wing backs are, the guys who are going to play in the midfield, if they are wing backs, they're defenders. It's Bertrand and Valerie. So, and then they got 3 center backs after that. So it definitely looks like a 5-3-2 for them.
Yeah. Adam, I know I won't be able to see the match. That's why Daniel's here and he's going to do the commentary for it. So yeah, there's no need to call me an idiot, mate. I do know. So for that, you can go. Metal Man
Got an angry
Sam,
bunch. Got an angry bunch out there
you
today,
know what?
Marcus.
Like people state the obvious, I think it's the voice, Daniel. They think I'm over 60 or something. I'm going senile.
I'll tell you what, we're in the same boat today because they don't like me either. So much love. It'll be me and you.
But we will do our best. We will have some fun and we will chill out. Daniel's going to let us know what's happening in the game. We'll be answering questions and obviously the comments. So Constantine Ross says 2-0. Joshua Tan says 2-0. Lamar Lewan says 4-0. Kieran says 3-0. Lucas says 3-0. Vidar says 4-1. Mishra says 4-0. Arony Sack says 2-0. Raju Mia says 4-1. Vandy Candy says 2-1. Pogba penalty kick winner. Christoph says I rock, but mute is on. Okay, mate. Here's who will score first for us? Says Thomas Platts. I'm going to go Rashford. I think Rashford's going to have a fantastic game. Hakeem James says, where is Mark? Mark is at the game. Do not worry. You are in safe hands. Mark is also on the graphics there. Look, he's got his thumbs up. He's pointing at you. So he is here. Don't worry. And Mark will be in the comments as well. So
actually, they're showing the lineup now, and it looks like they're going to have Lukaku play off the right from the looks of it. So, which is interesting.
So if Lukaku's on the right, that means Rashford through the middle. Kylie, how you doing?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
There's some bold predictions here. Sebastian Lindell, 8-2.
Somebody going 5-0, 4-0. I do
Yeah,
think a 4-0. Think a 4-0 could happen. It depends on Muaz, my man, 69-0. That's what I like to say. Um, you got somebody here going 10-0, 8-0. I do think a 4-0 is definitely possible, especially if we get the goals early and we can kind of stretch them and make them come at us. That'll be massive. So
yeah, definitely. And Jack, I don't listen, mate. I'm quite thick-skinned, so don't worry about it. Monsieur Candy says 6-1. So Calamity Jones is a question for you, Dan. He says, "Do you actually play semi-professional?"
I do, and I coach. I actually coach the reserves um, for the New York Shamrock. Like I said, it is a bunch of semi-pros or guys that have played overseas, Australia, England, Ireland, Scotland. We've had guys that play in Dubai. You got to understand, especially with New York, it's such a melting pot, and we have tons of expats come here, and they want to do something on a Sunday, and they want something more, a little bit more than a Sunday league. So. Um, they come and join us, or they join other teams, and it's actually pretty. We're on the fourth tier of the American soccer pyramid, so to speak. So it's 3 steps below MLS, and MLS is pretty bad, but we do have good players. And we could actually play teams in the MLS in cup competitions if we make it that far. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is. There's actually a couple teams in our league that have played MLS reserve sides in the last couple of years of the Open Cup, which is the American version of the FA Cup. So it's not just kicking it around with your mates. It's definitely serious. So
There we go. Andrew Rossi says New York baby, so I'm assuming Andrew's from there as well. So Monsieur Candy says I like the American fella. Good,
no,
good.
we got one person that likes me. That's good.
One more than me, Dan.
I was gonna say actually we got two because him and my wife, although she's been acting up recently, so she might have fallen off the wagon.
A couple of people also still asking where Mark is. Mark is at the game. Okay, Mark had an opportunity to go to the game late this morning, and he asked me to
He's
cover.
at he's
So
he's at his
yeah,
first game, guys.
yeah, this is his first trip to Old Trafford. So
Never been.
yeah, so good luck
He,
to him.
he's
Yeah.
taking it all in. But actually, Marcus, I was thinking the other day, Marcus. The last time he went was me and you were doing a watch along for Wolves, and we were absolutely terrible.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. My, how times have changed. Um, is Mark dead? Says, oh my God, we rock. No, he's not. He's at the game. He's at the game. Mark G with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says, don't worry about Mark not being here today. Marcus is a better host than Mark anyway. Cheers for that, mate. I don't think a lot of people will agree with you, but I'll try my best. It's we're all together, so hopefully everything goes to plan. Fellaini is a B-Tech tree with a contribution. Thank you. It says keep up good work, Marcus, and the American. So thanks for that. So guys, don't forget. Okay, if you're new to the United Stand community and you've just come across the channel, please like the video. Show us a bit of love for filling in for Mark today. It'd be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new. Notification bell. Get your notifications on. United Stand is live every day. Mark is every day doing a show, 8 p.m. So get involved with it. We have fan cams after the game. Flex is at the game. Mark's at the game today. Mark will be doing a fan cams after the game. So around about 20, 30 minutes once the watch along finishes, it'll be going up. Um, Dan, he's at the United game today. Um, so yeah, just much appreciated, much appreciated. We're all in this together, so and hopefully everything goes well. Marcus, if everything goes to plan, do you think our players will be back for Paris Saint-Germain? Says Diane Peahy. Do you know what? That's a difficult one to answer that, Dan, because I'm going to say we're only 2-0 down, and it is possible to come back from that. We've seen it many, many times from United.
Yep.
So, would you, if the players are back, would you go for that? Or
Um, the big thing for me is that Pogba's going to be suspended.
yeah,
I think 2-0. even with the injuries, I think 2-0, you have Pogba playing. There's still a chance, especially if you get an early goal, and it doesn't even have to be it doesn't have to be a pretty goal. It could be an own goal. It could be anything, and and then the panic starts to set in, especially with a team like PSG who had that lead against Barcelona. Things that's still in the mindset. So it's definitely not impossible. I just think without Pogba, it's going to be really, really difficult to do.
Yeah.
I think in this game, if you're playing well and you got it under control with 60 minutes left, 65 minutes left. I know it's a little early, especially for Ole to do substitutions, but if you got this one locked up with 60, 65 minutes to go, just, get Rashford off, get Lindelof off, get your key players off. Don't risk the injury and get some of the youngsters out there. But it'll definitely be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Andrew Rossi with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. Put Marcus in the American. Yes. Cheers for that, bud. Viking
Warren.
Red
Oh no, go ahead. I was actually going to say Warren Moore just said the American guy should join United Stand FC. Well, I was just talking to Marcus earlier, and there's actually a good possibility I'll be flying over to do the trial. So I might be good enough, and I might just be good enough to polish the boots. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You might carry the bucket and sponge, mate. All right.
All right. Listen, I could do. They might actually have to fit me in to be the tea lady. So
I'm pretty sure we'll find somewhere for you, Dan. Don't worry about that.
Good man.
Just looking through the comments here. So I just want to give a shout out to the moderators that are in here today. So I've seen Paul, I've seen Maria, Sally, Snaps, George, Luca. So thanks. In case I've missed anyone out, I apologise, but thanks for the moderators to being in here today. George Kyle says flying over for the trials. I know. Alec, this isn't Jared, mate. This isn't Jared. This is Dan.
Yes, and also too for everybody in the comments raising eyebrows about possibly flying over for the trials. I have family that work in the airlines, so it wouldn't cost me anything to fly. So there's that.
There we go. So, well, interesting to know, Dan, when it comes to your game in the summer. Very interesting.
But, listen, I might have to fly. I'm going to have to fly you out, Marcus. You might have to stay up a couple nights at Casa de Dan.
Mate, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Seriously, love New York City. Love New York
City. I'll fluff the pillows. I'll get the brew will be on tap. We'll get a couple New York slices, pizza, and we'll call it a day.
Luca misses Jared. Jared was on Wednesday, Luca, wasn't he? So we like to rotate it. That's for that. So we have literally, it is 16 minutes until kickoff. So the lineup again. Dan, do you want to do the lineup again?
Yes, sir. You're going to have De Gea in goal. Your back four is unchanged as to what you see on the screen. Your midfield is unchanged as to what you see on the screen. Pereira, McTominay, Pogba. The only thing that's changed from what you're seeing is Lukaku will be on the right. Rashford comes into the team for Delo. Actually, no, he's already on the lineup there. Sanchez comes in the team for Delo, and he'll play off the left, and Rashford up front. And your bench will be Chong, Gomez. There you go for everybody. Marcus Rojo, Bailly, Fred, Delo, and Lee Grant. So might be an injury for Romero, or just might want to get Grant on the bench for some experience and just give him the match day walk around. I guess he hasn't been on the bench too many times this year, so.
No, definitely. So he might be needed, he might not. Andrew Bruce says, "Can you shout out France United supporters, please?" So shout out to the French Manchester United supporters. There you go. Oliver Moosley, I think that's your surname. I think it's going to be a 4-4-2 diamond with Lukaku and Rashford up front and Alexis as cam.
Could be, but Alexis loves playing on the left. So
yeah.
Marcus, what do you make of the? We're not going to renew Valencia, and there's the leaks that Pogba's going to be the captain next year. What do you make of that?
Yes, that was interesting. Saw that this morning. So let's touch on that for a couple of minutes before kickoff. So Valencia United apparently not took up the option for the extension, and the leak came out. I think it was early hours this morning for us in the UK that Pogba was going to be the captain for next season, which I'm quite surprised at that, to be honest, because if the rumours were true about him going to Juventus, I think that just pretty much squashes that. Um, so Fellaini as a BTEC tree has made a contribution. Thanks. He says, "Welcome, Dan. Thought you were Jared." Um, but yeah, I think if that's true, that Pogba's going to be the captain, I think there's no way he's obviously not going to Juventus. So yeah, it's Henry Ellis says shout out to the West Country supporters. There you go. So yeah, Dan, I mean, I'm all for it. What do you guys think in the comments? And Dan, what's your opinion on it?
Well, you know how I actually read it was I thought it's great that Valencia is going to be getting moved on because that's what we need to do with more players. And the rumor of Pogba being the captain, I do think is he's a leader. He's the one who plays with the most joy. Your leader, nowadays doesn't have to be your Roy Keane type, even though that's what I'm more so used to and what you like to see. But he gets the players into it, especially younger players. They love playing on the field with him, but. I actually looked a little bit more into it, and I was kind of thinking that maybe that means that they're not going to renew Herrera
Yeah,
because Herrera is probably most fans' choice for captain. He'd be my choice for captain. And if they're thinking about just having Pogba as captain next year, that might mean that Herrera's not here, which I think that's unacceptable. So
yeah.
it's going to be an interesting one, definitely.
Daniel Stack says, "Can you shout out to my brother Thomas? He's always watching the show and got me to watch. Keep up the great work, lads." So shout out to Thomas Stack, brother of Daniel Stack. There you
And
go.
shout out to everybody in Zimbabwe, all you Zimbabwean supporters. Shout out.
There we go.
Guys, write in the comments where you're from, where you're watching from. Mark used to do that. We haven't
Yeah,
done that in forever. So everybody, just
yeah.
where you watching from?
Let us know where you're watching from, guys. Be much appreciated. Um, yeah, I mean, the Pogba thing. It's quite an interesting thing. I think there's a lot of things at United at the minute that Edward got to sort out before the summer. I think the contract situation that's going on with some of our players there is absolutely ridiculous. So it's got to something's got to give. Something has definitely got to give. Um, Radu Rosa says Juve has no financial power to do that. They will have to pay him 170 million plus his salary. So okay, so we got Australia. You want to do some shout outs, Dan?
Sure, yeah. You got Australia, India, Netherlands, Norway, Jamaica, Nepal, Brazil, Dublin, Long Island, New York, Antarctica. My man, you watching on the screen in Antarctica? Who's better than you? Antigua, your ma's bedroom. That's my favorite one. Ipswich, the Tractor Boys, Jupiter. My buddy's walking around in the space in the space walker up there. We got Hungary, a lot of people from Australia, Ireland, India, Sweden. Everybody watching from the islands, Jamaica, Trinidad, Himanshu watching from Texas, Croatia, Bulgaria, North Macedonia, very specific, as opposed to South Macedonia. So it's actually a new country, North Macedonia. So I appreciate the specificity. Mauritius. Oh man, we got people from all over. Marcus, take it away.
They are. Najib wants a shout out. There you go, mate. So we got Shambhala, Flat Earth, Seychelles, Denmark, England, Richmond, Sri Lanka, Wales, Cape Town, Ireland, Estonia, Jamaica, Hong Kong, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Luke Barrow wants a shout out to his Mrs. Charlie in Manchester. There you go. Toronto, Pakistan, Mauritius, Germany, Nigeria, Dublin, everywhere, all over the world, all over the world. So we got 3.8 thousand watching. So don't forget, guys, like the video, share it if you please, and please just subscribe to the channel and tick George Carl's watching from his palace, which means his bedroom. And yeah, just subscribe if you're new. Click your notification bell because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of activity happening on the channel today. We'll have fan cams after the watch along, after the game, which is 10 minutes away. Wexford, Czech Republic. Ollie at the wheel says Marky. Shout Me Out says Aaron Paul Pogba fan. China, Mark Andrews, Tony, Norwich. I'm close to Norwich, Tony. I'm not in Norwich. I'm close to Norwich. Um, Georgia, USA, Muffin Music's Wakanda. So all over the world, all over the
You're
world.
you're in Anglia, Marcus, are you?
East Anglia, yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Oh, so you know that place
Oh,
then?
mate, let me tell you something. Just a little brief, very quick backstory about me. Everyone thinks I kind of just picked up the controller one day, turned on the television, and just said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna watch some soccer." But that's not how it was, man. My first game was actually 2006. It was Wolves Man United at Molineux. Maybe that
Okay.
was 2004. So actually, my first game was an away game. I've been to probably 20 stadiums in England. I usually go 2 or 3 times a year, and I go for about 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And I try to bang out as many stadiums as possible. And I'm trying to become a member of the 92 Club, which is to visit all the stadiums in the Football League. So I got about 70 or so more to go.
Well, do you know what, Dan? I mean, if you get there, mate, that'd be absolutely amazing. I think
I might be the first American to do it.
I was just going to say, yeah, you'd probably be the first one to do it, yeah. But have a look. A lot of people asking where Mark is. So last time I'm going to repeat it, okay, before the game. All right, Mark got offered to go to the game late this morning, and we had a chat, and he asked me if I could cover. I said yes, and he's gone to the game. All right, Mark is here in spirit. He's on your screen. He's looking at you right now. He's pointing at you. He's got his lovely hair. Look, not a hair out of place. Look, he could have had a shave, to be honest, but it's as good as it could be. Okay, so Mark is at the
and
game,
and
and
the hair will stay like that. It
it
won't.
will, yeah. And
There you go.
if you look closely enough at the screen, he actually winks at you. You know that, right? So you may be lucky. But yeah, in all seriousness, Mark is at the game. He's doing a fan cam. Flex is at the game as well. Um, so it's me and Daniel this afternoon, and Daniel is going to guide us through the game. Again, Daniel, do you want to shout out what channel it's on in America because it's not on the UK?
Yes, if you're over in America, you will be tuning into NBC Sports. If you're not in America, God bless you. Just, we'll figure it out. We'll get through it together. I will be your eyes, and Marcus will be your ears.
Yes. So let's have a look. The referee for today, do you know, Dan?
I do not. Hopefully,
Um,
it's not some sort of, one of these typical Mike Dean types, but
yeah. Darren Mangan says, "Hey Marcus, give a shout out to Tommy Robinson for all the good work he does." So Tommy, have a shout out Aaron Gillespie with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. It says Northern Ireland is different country to Ireland.
it is.
Um, Andrew Rossi with a contribution. Thank you. It says Mark just beat me in a staring contest. Damn. See, you can play a game with Mark. Easy. Look, you can just if you look close enough, he winks at you. Seriously. Um, Marcus, as I am in America, I can assist with my eyes. Oh, okay, Carly. Okay. So the lineup. I'll just shout out the lineup, Dan. Then I'll get back to you on the referee. So the lineup
Yeah.
today is De Gea in goal, Young as captain, and at right back, Smalling, Lindelof, centre backs, Luke Shaw left back, McTominay, Pereira, Pogba as the midfield three, Lukaku out on the right hand side, apparently, with Rashford through the centre and Alexis on the left. So, Dan, give us the lowdown on the ref, mate.
The lowdown on the ref is, did they announce who it's going to be, or
No, I haven't got a
no?
clue who it is.
Yeah, neither do I. It's not showing me. So let me
Right.
just take a look and see. Let me look and see.
Arya
Tell you
Barley
right.
says Stuart Atwell is the ref.
He's pretty good. He's quiet.
Atwell
He
is
doesn't.
ref, says Rossi. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
okay. He doesn't really make a lot of waves, so that'll be good. Probably the
Um,
perfect person you want in charge. Marcus, do you watch the championship at all? Who do you think's going to come up?
no, do you know what? I really don't. I really don't watch. I don't. get to watch much football outside of United. I just think, to me, I'm very old school. I just feel like I'll catch a game if United's kicking off at 4 and there's a game on telly beforehand. I'll watch it.
Right.
But I just feel like I'm betraying my team if I go out my way and watch someone else.
Yeah, I hear you.
So there we go. So we are 3 or 4 minutes away from kickoff. So how do you think the game's going to go then, Dan? How do you think Southampton are going to approach the game?
I think they're going to look to hit us on the break because they do have fast wing backs. So it will probably be a 5-3-2 or a 3-5-2. So they do have fast wing backs. They have Bertrand and Valerie, and they're speedy. And then you have Nathan Redmond, who always seems to cause us a problem. Charlie Austin, he's the big, hit it up and he'll bring it down type of forward. So we'll see what happens with that. I do think it'll be a United win. I'm going to say 3-0, and I'm going to say it's going to be Rashford, Pogba, and Lindelof to score.
Interesting. So, guys, in the comments, then, who do you think is going to be scoring in this game? I said 3-1, so I'm going to go Rashford with 2, and do you know what? I'm going to go Pogba, and I think Ward Prowse will put one in for Southampton, providing he's starting, of course.
He's actually quite good on set pieces too. Yeah. He's a good free kick taker, and we actually give away a lot of free kicks right around the box. So hopefully that won't be a problem for us today. So
yeah, we also give away a lot of set pieces, don't we?
Yeah, we do a lot of corners and.
Yeah. Kurt Bailey with a contribution. Thanks for that. He says, "Glory, glory, Man United, Kansas City, USA." So we got a fellow watcher from Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah. Who is that
Man,
guy?
That is on the picture? That is out there. Kansas is out there, Marcus. Kansas would be, I guess, actually here for America, Kansas would be the equivalent of your East Anglia. So very flat, lots of farms, things of that nature.
Nathaniel Hall says Lukaku will probably score again. Olavi Glynn says Sanchez, Lukaku and Rashford. Dante Rose says Pogba to get an assist. Pereira 2 goals, says Hamza. Pogba 1, Rashford 2, Lukaku 1, says Tony. And apparently they're walking out the tunnel there.
Yeah, it looks like they already actually made their way onto the field, and they might be doing a little thing beforehand. I don't know that usually here what happens in the States is they actually cut it. They cut from when they're walking out of the tunnel, and they go to 1,000 commercials, and then they put it back on right before kickoff. So yeah.
Okay. Aaron Stone says Kansas is country roads.
Yep.
Brian Jacob is watching from Iowa. Manish Desai says, "Good afternoon, Mark. The draw is a good result for Man United. It is a very good result. A lot of people saying Mark's frozen. That's Mark." Right, seriously now, this is the last time I'm going to say it just before kick-off. Mark is at the game. Okay? I cannot repeat it anymore. All right? Mark is at the game. Mark will be doing a fan cam after the show. The fan cam will probably be up about 20 minutes to half hour after the show's finished. Okay? Amy Troy wants a shout out. She or he is from Belfast, so there you go.
Northern Ireland, there you go.
Yeah, Luke, I did see it, mate. I'm fine. Yeah.
Just kicked off, Marcus, and Southampton are on the ball.
So are we left to right or right to left?
We are going from left to right. Southampton will be attacking the Stretford end first. So
okay. So just keep us updated on any incidents and goals. Obviously, Neil S says Marcus at Old Trafford with question marks. He is, yeah, he is. Soniva Modak wants a shout out. There we go. John Allen, you're taking a piss now. I'm not answering it, right?
Yeah, everybody is now. Everybody is.
Jonathan Gallagher, what score are you going for? So I'm going 3-1. Dan, what was yours?
3-0. And
3-0.
from the looks of it, it's actually looking like to start. I know they're only a minute in, but it's looking like Rashford is actually coming off the right. They had Lukaku coming off the right in the lineup on the screen, but now it looks like Rashford will be out there and Lukaku coming down the middle.
Yeah.
So um,
Yeah.
Sanchez is he just wanders about. Sanchez, right now he's playing actually on the right ahead of Rashford. Rashford's just skinned his man there. He's put in an early cross to Rom, and it's gone out just ahead of him for a throw in. But Sanchez is supposed to be your left winger, and he's actually playing behind Lukaku right now as a number 10 and a half. I don't even know. Someone's got to explain to me just what the hell he does actually, because this whole passage of play, he was right up Rashford's ass, and then he's right behind Lukaku. It just, for a left winger, he's never on the left wing. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Ashley Martinson, I should do, shouldn't I? I should do, just copy and paste it. But yeah, uh, yeah. Here we go. Look, shout out for the Chinese. Oh, I missed it then. Who was that? Anthony Rafter. Shout out for
Oh, Rom's got
Tony.
a chance here. Oh, mate. I'll tell you what, Angus Gunn just made an incredible save, and this was my fear. He's an ex-City keeper, well, backup, and he played an unbelievable game this year. I think it was at Chelsea, and already he's made a fantastic save. So Pogba plays it into Rashford. Rashford lays it all, gets intercepted, but it falls to Lukaku, and he swings at it and tries to put it in the far corner. And Angus Gunn gets down really, really well and saves it and tips it around the bar, because I was certain that was going to be 1-0.
So good fast start from United then, Dan. I mean,
Yeah, definitely, and
yeah,
they've had a corner that's gone out for another corner, so they're going to have successive corners here.
yeah. Kwesi said Lukaku should have scored. David Safe says Rashford's looking sharp. Um, Dan, as well, can you keep us up to date with what minute you're on as well? Because
Yep, just hit the third minute.
yeah, Mark hasn't given me the timer.
Yeah,
So
you got it. So
yeah,
just hit the third minute. I'll keep you updated as they go along for sure.
yeah. So unknown 9493. No, I haven't got the timer. Mark didn't include it for me. Bit of a rush this morning. So but we will keep you up to date. We will keep you up to date. No worries. With Sanchez, he wants to play on the left. Why is behind Lukaku and Rashford? Says Manish Desai. So Sanchez is behind the front two then, Dan. Yeah.
You know what it is? He's doing the whole like I'm going to wander all over the place, because now Sanchez has gone behind Lukaku and Rashford's on the left. So it's just I know Ole likes to do the fluidity thing where he likes the guys mix and match and put guys that are interchangeable. But especially for a guy like Sanchez who can't play well in one position, why the hell have him run around and play three different positions? It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But another corner here for United. They take it short, and Lindelof puts in a cross. Oh my goodness! I'll tell you what. The keeper came out. He thought he was going to be under hit. It almost went over his head and into the back of the net, Marcus. And I was actually Pereira who put that in.
Yeah.
And it's gone out for another corner. So
So United.
Pereira almost scoring from about 30 yards out through a goalkeeping error, but he gets a hand to it and another corner.
So Lil Pelly says we are pressuring them good in the first five. So United really turning the screw from the off then, Dan. I mean, they're going for the throat. They don't want to let Southampton play their game at Old Trafford.
Big Rom, oh my God, another save. I'm telling you, Marcus, this is what I had. This is what I was fearing.
Off the line,
Angus Gunn
apparently.
and Angus Gunn masterclass. This is exactly what I was fearing. Oh God, ex-City reject comes in
Yeah.
and does a number, because he's already made about 4 saves in the first 5 minutes. So that was another one on the doorstep. Just couldn't get out of Rom's feet, and when he did come to him, it kind of scuffed it.
Oh, so yeah, a lot of people saying Lukaku again, so close again. Lukaku should have finished that, says KA. Legionista says it should be 2-0 already.
Could be.
Keeper having a worldie, says Josh Anthony. Anaban says, I don't want this goalie to have a worldie. Well, he started off pretty good in the first few
Yeah.
minutes.
Mm-hmm.
5 shots on target already, apparently, says Lamar. Where can I watch? Says Almira. So it's not on in the UK. So in America, it was. What was it, Dan?
NBC Sports.
There we go.
Yeah, a couple people saying that Lukaku missed a sitter, but I don't think he had two sitters that were missed. I think one's been. I think they were both saved. So I wouldn't say he's missed the chances. The keeper's made a good save. Yeah, you could say if you put it in the corner, no keeper's going to save it, but he made two good saves.
Yeah.
But you just don't want to see them going off the boil and kind of slowing things down now. Keep the pressure high. They've had, like I said, 4 or 5 chances already. So I remember a lot of these games under Sir Alex. Though you'd come in and you'd be peppering somebody for 85 minutes, and you'd get one goal at the very end. So
Yeah, definitely.
it was always tough to play against at home was always Bolton because they're
Yeah.
right up the road. They always gave us a tough time, even they were a terrible team, but they always gave us a hard time.
Yeah, do you know, I'm a great believer in the lesser teams always play harder because they put so many men behind the ball.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like all these lesser teams now that play against United at Old Trafford. It's their cup finals, isn't it? It's like Mark says, they'll play 10 men behind the ball and just leave the one lone striker up front. And it's such a pain to break them down.
Yeah, McTominay down here. He just, I think he might have actually he went up for a header and he collided with Lindelof. So McTominay down, holding the head,
It should be
and
all right.
yeah, he kind of looked like he got a little whiplash there when he went up for the header. So um,
McTominay's down, says Daniel. Uh, NBC Sports can't show the game on Roku. I don't know anything about that. Why is Mark's frozen? Says Callum. He's looking at you and winking. That's all he's
I'll tell
doing.
you what, McTominay might have to come off only because with a head injury, he could have a concussion. Um, he's still down. He's holding his head. He looks to be in a little bit of pain. So got a couple physios around him, and I know with the head injuries, especially, guys get up, and people get them all the time. So you get up and you start feeling a little dizzy, and that's that. So Fred's actually been rushed into a warm up. Man, it's all the fucking garlic, pardon my French, that they're spraying on the pitch, Marcus, because this is 8 minutes in and we got another guy down.
It is. Do you know what? I said that to Mark the other day. I mean, what's it on there for, Dan? I can't remember.
I think it actually it might speed the pitch up a little
Is
bit,
it?
and it makes the grass come in nice and thick.
Oh, shit.
It keeps away the vampires.
The starting lineup on screen is wrong. Yes, I know that's Kiffian fan. That was Mark's predicted lineup. And Mark was 1 out. He got 10 out of 11. So Fred's warming up. A lot of people saying Fred's warming up. Rittick,
Yeah, so
Hayes.
he's McTominay's up, and he looks like he's going to come right back on. But it's just something to keep an eye on when you have the head injuries like that, especially the way his neck went, because um, yeah, you get concussion pretty easy. So
Yeah.
see how he gets on, but he's
Well,
back on the
again,
field for now.
I think he'll be pretty important for the Paris Saint-Germain game, won't he? So I don't think Ollie will want to take any risks. But
Yeah,
he's come through the academy, so Luke Skywalker's love in the background. um, well, Tomley is a strong lad, so Safwan, yeah, he knows what it's all about. Well, Tomley will be fine. Can I watch the match on YouTube? I don't know. Sam Yutka, he's okay, says Tony. Arsenal drew, says Bob. Yeah. So, is he back on yet then, Dan?
yeah, he's back on, and about 10 minutes gone by. It's just about to hit the 10-minute mark, and so since the whole slew of chances in the beginning, there's been about a 5-minute period of not much going on. So
Yeah.
Southampton on the attack here, though. Coming forward, they got the ball down their right side.
Ashley Martinson says, Marcus, this is why you should never bet on goals by time. Something like this happens and waste 5 minutes of the game. Good point, mate. I'll never bet on the football anyway. Hart, no, I'm not so like Dan, mate. I've got Dan with me. Please comment on the match. Yep, this is what Dan's here for because the game is being shown in America. So Dan is going to do the, I suppose, commentary for us for the
Yes,
game.
sir. So Saints got a corner. Ashley Young was a little bit out of position. He did well to recover, but it's gone out for a corner, so Ward Prowse will be taking that. And they do have some big boys at the back, Southampton. So, and that was a free header for Yannick Vestergaard, who's probably the biggest one of the bunch, and he puts it over the bar.
Also, a warning sign.
Decent little chance for them there, and let me see who's marking him. Looks like somebody lost their man there, so just see. It's Pogba's man, so.
Yeah. So apparently Pogba, guy got the run on him. Pogba lost his marker. Let's have a look. Thanks, Dan, for this. Cheers, bud, says the ghost.
Yes, sir. It's just hitting the 11-minute and 30-second mark, so 11:30. And Southampton again coming forward, Bertrand. So yeah, it definitely looks like the wingbacks are going to get forward every chance they get, which will actually be good for United. Will leave us a chance to get forward and open them up. So
Sebastian with a question for you, Dan. He says, best player on the pitch so far?
Best player on the pitch so far, probably Lukaku. He's done the most with the ball when he's got it at his feet. Here he is again on the ball. United going forward, breaking forward. He puts in a cross, and it's dealt with by Yoshida. Lukaku's still on it. He's played Shaw in down the left. He hangs up a cross, and that's dealt with. And Saints are looking to break. So yeah, about a couple decent little opportunities there down the left. So it looks like they're going to do the whole interchanging thing up front, where at times you're going to have Lukaku coming off the left and Sanchez down the middle and Rashford on the right. So right now it looks like there's nobody on the left. Lukaku and Sanchez are right in front of each other towards the middle, and then Rashford's on the right. So they're going to just keep mixing it up probably.
Yeah. AP Stevens, thanks for that comment, mate. Much appreciated. Damien misses my mum. She's upstairs today, man. She's upstairs today. Bit peace and quiet this afternoon. See, English football not showing in England, but it shows in the US. Says Fallout Call of Duty videos. It is a strange one, but that's the way it goes. Andrew Rossi with a contribution. Thanks for that. Says this just in. Lukaku had a good first touch. Nah, just kidding. So Lukaku then, Dan, how's he started?
No, he's played well so far. So a few people were on about that he missed a couple of chances that were sitters, but I actually think that he did well to get the shots in, and Gunn did well to make the saves. I don't think they were sitters, but Young's giving the ball away, and Southampton coming down our right. So.
Cheers, Michael. Thanks for that, mate.
Just about to hit the 14-minute mark, and Saints got possession in the midfield. Redmond going to have a little run at Ashley Young. He's played a good ball in here. Smalling's got to be. I tell you what, because Smalling's got to be careful because it was soft, but Bertrand went down looking for a penalty. But you know how Smalling is; he always got his hands on everybody.
Do you know what? That's one of the worst aspects of his game.
Awful.
Do you know what? I saw the state of the shirt David Luiz at the Chelsea game the other week, and God, man, that Smalling, he's an accident waiting to happen. That guy in the penalty box.
Once again, they were just showing the replay there, and once again, he's got a whole chunk of Bertrand's shirt there, and he can't stop with the hands.
A couple of people saying Smalling, FFS. Young.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah. Couple of people saying it was a penalty there, Dan, as well.
Yeah, it could have been. It was a little soft. He was looking to go down, but he was definitely getting held. Not going to deny that, but it was, he was looking to go down as soon as he felt the contact. But Andreas playing well. Every time he gets on the ball, he's looking to pass it forward, which I like. But he just got whistled for a foul here, so Saints will have a free kick just inside our half. 15 minutes gone. Yes, Ben MUTD. The team I play for and the team I coach is the New York Shamrock. You are correct.
Should have been a penalty, Sean Tackett. That could easily have been a penalty, says Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I don't think it should have been, but it definitely could have been. It was, like I said, it was a little weak. Saints with a cross into the box that Smalling can't clear correctly. Young takes a wild swing at it. They have a throw in.
So a lot of nice comments in the comments box. Appreciation for me and Dan. So much appreciated. Thank you. And again,
Yes,
if
yo, thank
you
you.
could hit a like on the video, it'll be much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to it. Click your notification bells. We've got fan cams coming up after the show, so it's going to be an interesting day. Mark's going to be doing a fan
Pogba's
cam.
away here. Hold on a minute, Marcus. Pogba's away. It's a 3-on-3. He's got to pick the right pass. He's found Rashford, and he's offside. Rashford just went offside. Gunn had come out to block the shot anyway, but tell you what, Lukaku actually made that whole thing happen. So he got the ball on the left side, he held it up, and played in Pogba, who sprinted past 3-4 players, and the run from Rashford was just a little late, and caught him offside. But you can see the reluctance it is to pass to Sanchez, because Sanchez was probably the easier ball to play,
Yeah.
but I don't think anybody has any faith in him or confidence in him. And for all the stuff that people give Lukaku about his first touch, Sanchez, since we've had him, his hasn't been much better. He really can't get control of the ball a lot. Sends a lot of passes out of bounds and astray. So, Angus Gunn down here for a little bit. Marcus looks like he might have took a knock when Rashford came in for that chance. So,
excuse me. Thomas Stedman says he hates timeouts. So behave yourself, then, man. Simple as that, isn't it? Behave yourself.
Wolves are up 1-0 on Cardiff. Bournemouth and Man City are 0-0. Brighton and Huddersfield are 0-0, and Palace are 1-0 up on Burnley.
Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 1 for anyone who cares, says Andrew Forner. 17 minutes in, says Fionn McKierney.
Yep, just hit the 18-minute mark here, and it's going to be a goal kick for De Gea. I'll tell you what, Smalling, for all the arm usage and things like that, he is, and Mark says this all the time, he is fantastic in the air. Every time the opposition pumps the ball up, he wins probably, I'd say, about 90% of the headers that come in. But the hands, he's way too handsy.
Well, I think whenever him or Jones are at centre back, even when they're both playing at centre back positions, it puts me on edge straight away. As soon as you see Smalling and Jones, you're guaranteed the referee's going to make a decision in the box. Whether it's going to be the right decision or not is a different thing. But them two, they are just. It gives me heart attack, butterflies and stuff.
Yeah, listen, when those two are playing together, you got to get on the sedatives. Because you gotta get everything. The muscle relaxers, it's not good. But Wolves are actually 2-0 up now. But here comes Ryan Bertrand. He skipped past everybody, but the ball's gone out of bounds. So, had a comment over there before. I missed the who made the comment, but it says Ashley Young, possibly the worst player at United ever. Funny about him is he's actually a decent little player, but he's just been here way too long, and he's not a right back. He's never been a right back. He's never going to be a right back. So the fact that he's been our right back for the last 2-3 seasons, or left back when Shaw's been out, is just got to move him on, man. And another contract is just not the answer. But his passing this year has gone way down. It's just I've never seen him, incomplete so many passes as I have this season.
How's Luke Shaw started, Dan? I mean, he's been pretty impressive last few games.
Yeah, he's played well. He just hasn't gotten forward as much as he probably should have, and that's probably because he doesn't have the same understanding with the guys that are playing on the left. So right now, Lukaku's out on the left. When Martial's on the left, Shaw is going forward all the time. Yeah. But it's actually it's good to see that it looks like they switched it up so that it's now on the left side. It's Shaw, Pogba, and Lukaku, with Sanchez more down the middle, Rashford on the right. I think that works better than Shaw, Pogba, and Sanchez. That just doesn't work,
Paul Robinson says our ball retention is awful, always.
Not great. So 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes and 30 seconds gone, still 0-0. Lukaku had a couple chances. Pereira had a shot from outside the area. Almost caught the keeper out, a few corners, but nothing really of note. And Southampton have had a penalty appeal waved away.
Well, I think for Lukaku, I think he had about 5 or 6 attempts in the Crystal Palace game, and he put 2 away. So he's had a couple of chances already. Plenty of time for him. Hopefully he doesn't drop his head, and he comes good for us today.
Yeah,
Daniel
I
Kennedy
agree.
says, "How are we playing overall?"
I think we're playing all right. Can't really keep the ball, which is not a great sign, especially when you can't keep it on the deck, which we can't do right now. I'd probably say Lukaku's been our best player. Sanchez again doing absolutely nothing. Looked like there was a foul there on Pogba, but it's gone out for a Southampton throw. And Sanchez is playing he's playing directly down the middle right now, and Andreas has actually moved up into more of a 10 role. So looks like that. So right now it looks like Pogba and McTominay are playing next to each other in the midfield. Pogba on the left, McTominay on the right, and then Andreas is a little bit ahead of them, and then Sanchez further ahead of Andreas with Lukaku on the left and Rashford on the right.
Well, that will suit Pogba because as
Yeah,
we all
definitely.
know, Sanchez comes into Pogba's space on the left hand side, so it's going to give Pogba a little bit more freedom down that left hand side to get in there and get some balls in. Hit that long ball to Rashford or Lukaku. So hopefully it pulls it off. Red Jedi with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says Chong could easily provide more than Sanchez. I think he could. I think he could. I really
100%.
do.
100%. And the thing is that I understand that he's the most expensive player in the Premier League. I get that, and not a lot of people are going to pay his wages. But when you have a player like that you need to get out of your team, you want to make them unhappy. It sounds terrible, but you want to make them unhappy, and the way to do that is to stop playing them.
Yeah.
You keep keeping him in the side and keep putting him in the side. I understand his injuries, but keep putting him in the side, and he'll be content no matter what his performance is. You bench him, he'll want to leave. And then he'll force his way out, which is probably the way that they need to go.
It probably would be, mate. Yeah, because the only thing I think the only place where he could go to get the sort of wages would be China. I think for Sanchez.
Yeah, to get that sort of money, yeah, absolutely. Anywhere else, he's going to have to take a massive pay cut. But Saints have another corner here. This is about 20 going into the 24th minute.
So it's still 0-0, guys. Southampton with a corner.
Got a counter attack on here, but Redmond has done well to track back Pereira. It's gone out for a United throw because they were away. Sanchez actually had a neat little 1-2 with Pereira, but just didn't have the wheels to get away from Redmond.
So M.A. Khan says Eric Bailly is better than Smalling. I totally agree. Lukaku should have scored, says Mohammed Sharif. Should have done in the first couple of minutes. Plenty of time. Calm down, says Mr. Dictate. Andrew Rossi says very good point, American, with a smiley face. Rashford needs to get the ball more, says SB. KA a bit slow, United.
Pogba playing probably the best of the bunch now. Ashley Young, mate. Just fucking again. Sorry with the language, Marcus, but
Sure.
Pogba sprays a pass out to him, right? And
Yeah.
he's got time to just get under it and keep it in bounds. He jumps about 30 years too early and heads it out for a throw-in. So now Southampton have a throw-in in an attacking area. He's just all over the place, man. I don't get it. I understand that they dropped the low and they brought Rashford back into the team, but just play the low right back then.
So I think age has finally caught up with Ashley Young. I think the pace, with Mata as well, to be honest. The pace of the Premier League is just too quick for him now.
Yeah,
So,
he's finished. He is finished. I got
looking at-
Southampton with a chance here. Oh my God!
Please tell me
1-0
this-
to Saints.
Oh,
I'll tell you
good.
what, Marcus. I'm not even, to be honest with you, apart from the fact that the guy wasn't closed down, I'm really not even that mad because this guy just stroked one from maybe 30 yards out and he put it into the absolute corner of the goal, upper 90. It's probably going to be up for the Saints' goal of the season.
Really?
Maybe Premier League goal of the season. He absolutely destroyed this ball. But
A lot
nobody
of people saying what a goal.
nobody out there to close him out.
De Gea, no
Nobody to close
chance,
him out.
apparently. Um, oh my God, they scored, says Luca. FFS, says Ryan.
De Gea
What
actually gets a
what a
hand to it,
goal.
but
Unbelievable. De Gea, no chance. You don't see De Gea beat like that often, says Christoph.
no.
Um, Wake Up United, says the Becky. Lazy coverage by United.
Yeah, nobody closing.
No. So, I mean, give us a rundown of it then, Daniel.
So off this Ashley Young disaster, which he should have kept the ball in the first place, they get the throw in, and from the throw in, they kind of just they move the ball from left to right. There's nobody out there closing down the right hand side. Could say Luke Shaw should have got out there earlier. You could say McTominay should have got out there earlier. Either way, there's nobody marking Valerie, and he just comes and just. I think nobody's expecting him to shoot, to be honest with you, and then he just blasted it.
Am I
Just
right in
bad.
saying
Shouldn't
that it comes from the Ashley Young not being able to control that pass from Pogba?
Yeah, 100,
Yeah.
100%, because that's what led to their throw in, which led to the goal.
Andrew Rossi with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says he can't even believe he made that goal. So it must have been some sort of stunner then to beat De Gea.
No, it
Um,
was. It definitely was. But
did
Young
that?
again getting caught out. Young again getting caught out of position. But United are away with Rashford. He's gone out of bounds. So it's just not coming together right now. Saints come here with a decent little game plan. Now they're going to take their time, and they're in no rush. So
A lot of people blame Goldbridge for being at the game. um, Darren says amazing goal. Mini Gamer says De Gea should have saved it. To be honest,
he got a hand to it, but I mean, if they were tracking the speed on that was traveling at some pace, but Ashley Young again just kicking it out of bounds. He's been terrible today. He's been the worst player on the field, even worse than Sanchez, and that's saying something.
yeah.
You know what it is? He always just looks like when he's clearing the ball, he's always panicking. He's taking it, he's whacking it wherever it goes. There's no composure.
Well, do you know what? I really don't. I'm really not panicking at the minute because even if it stays like this until half time, obviously the United lads and Ollie know the result from this afternoon, the Spurs Arsenal game. So fancy second half, United would come out all guns blazing.
Sanchez
So
doing a good bit of work here. He's actually won the ball back in the middle of the park. He's played in Rashford, so Rashford one-on-one here with Vestergaard. And it's gone out for a goal kick because Rashford was trying to go around him. Vestergaard's a big boy, so it's going to be a Southampton goal kick.
Han G says, "How's Pogba playing?"
Pogba's playing well. He's probably been the best player overall so far. He's been bossing it, but they haven't got him on the ball enough.
Paul Robinson says we haven't pressed for many games now. Do you know? I mean, we started off okay though, Dan.
Yeah, listen, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I was saying before that the worst thing that could happen was you have that first 6 minutes where you have a ton of chances, you don't score, and then you drop off, and then all of a sudden, they grow into the game. Definitely need a goal before halftime. I know they could turn it around and get the team talk and maybe change the play and the tactics, but I think they definitely need to get a goal before halftime, just because they're going to put a lot of guys behind the ball. It already looks like their keeper's going to be having one of those days. So
yeah. Robin Goddard with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. It says you're going to see a very slow game from United. Which again just goes back to what we were saying just now, Dan. United started off on the front foot, for the first 5-6
they
minutes.
did. They looked good. There's Lukaku's real first touch. Just saw it there. We had a little triangle going with McTominay and Pereira, and he's just kicked it. Basically giving a possession away to Southampton. Redmond's away, and Shaw cleans up.
Ashley Martinson says Rashford has been crap since Lingard and Martial got injured. Red Baron says, Marcus, why are you not using streams? I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I like to watch it properly. So yeah, there's the answer to that, mate. But Dan's doing a great job anyway. So
Yeah, Rashford trying to take on Yoshida one-on-one. He tried to flick it around him, but nothing coming off for him right now. He's doing a lot of he's trying to just do the old, like, when you're playing FIFA or Pro Evo and you just try to take your fastest player and beat the defender.
yeah,
That's kind of what Rashford's doing right now, and he's getting frustrated. He's getting really fed up because he's not. They're giving him a little bit of room, so that way they're not going to get beaten for pace. They're not getting touch tight to him, and it's kind of throwing off his game right now. So Pereira on the ball, Lukaku on it. He's played in Pereira. Andreas with the cross. Sanchez brings it down, so we're going to have Pogba on the ball here. He's played in Luke Shaw.
come on.
Pogba again on the ball. Sanchez getting too close.
He's starting to interfere with that build-up play now.
He absolutely is. He got Smalling on it now. Smalling using his whole body to pass. Absolutely classic. Still United in possession on the left. You got Pogba with it on the left wing, basically. Creates a yard.
Come on.
Gets a cross in. And it's gone out for a corner.
So
Bertrand thought he didn't touch it, but it's gone out for a corner. So
we're probably just over 30 minutes down so far.
Yeah, going into the 33rd minute. Young's about to take this corner. It'd be nice to score from one, which we never do.
Yeah. Sam Lingard said it's because Mark's at the game. Why do we always underperform at Old Trafford, says DK.
That's a great pass. Oh my God. Fucking somebody. Excuse me, Marcus. All right, so you've actually had Alexis play his first good pass in a Man United shirt. He does a reverse ball to Shaw. Shaw comes in and he does a cutback. It misses both Lukaku and Rashford, who both had a chance to put it in. Pereira with a cross here. It's gone past them both, and now Pereira's cross misses everybody, and it goes out for a Saints throw. That was the chance.
Again, by my calculation, 3 good chances that Lukaku's been involved in, and he's missed.
Yeah, Sanchez with a great reverse pass, took out half the team, plays it back. Neither Rashford or Lukaku can get it. Actually, it looks like Lukaku was actually shaping up to shoot it, and Rashford stretches for it and takes it away from Lukaku's feet. So, actually, it was Rashford who messed that up.
While there's a break in play, then hey Joe, it's fine. While there's a break in play, then just want to say, thanks for everyone for tuning in. Be much appreciated if you can drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Click your notification bell and get involved with the community. It's we have some good fun on these watch-alongs, and hopefully we get a decent result today, which at the moment is not looking that way, Dan.
No, right now it's not, and I actually think that the last 4 times we've played Saints, they've scored again. They've scored first every time we've played them. Yeah. The last 4 times we've played them, they've scored first. They're becoming a little bogey side for us.
They are, yeah. I mean, Alex says we are playing so bad. Rashi is having a howler, says Ernest. Quessy says Lukaku needs 10 chances to score. See, this is the thing. This is the problem with Sanchez. If Sanchez isn't involved, he goes looking for the ball, which then interferes with Pogba's game out on that left-hand side. So if Sanchez is going to play behind the 2 strikers, then he needs to stay there.
Yeah. He's on the left now, so there he is, cutting inside. Crosses it. Blocked by Saints defender there, but United coming right back with it. Smalling on the ball now. But yeah, Sanchez doing the typical cutback. Pereira with an excellent ball in. Lukaku misses the header, and it goes out for a goal kick. Yep, he got up well, but I just think it was let me see if he mistimed it or if the cross was just a little bit out of reach.
A lot of people saying Lukaku again.
Yeah, he mistimed it.
He's missed
it actually goes off the back of his head. He's right on the 6-yard box, directly in front of goal. That's 2 or 3 times now. Pereira's put in really serious looking crosses. Good crosses, very good crosses. So 35 minutes gone, going into the 36th minute now. It's still 1-0 Saints.
So since the goal, then Dan, I mean, have United like really been piling on the pressure or Southampton like pretty comfortable at the minute?
Nah, definitely ramped it up. We're not doing the best when we have the ball. It's really, it's really pretty simple. They haven't done much since they've scored. We've definitely been in the ascendancy, but it's like a lot of possession. There's a lot of crosses going in, a lot of gilt-edged chances potentially, but no one's connected on the end of the ball. So, definitely making inroads.
So,
Ashley Young again, taken out of the play, and Nathan Redmond's going at Ashley Young now. Saints have the ball on the left side, and it's interesting because they keep attacking that left side. I know that they scored from the right, but they keep going at that, our right side, so Ashley Young's side. They keep going down that way.
A lot of people saying get that donkey off. I assume they're talking about Lukaku.
Probably, yeah.
McTominay has been dreadful, says Code Mode.
Yeah, he hasn't played well either. He's had a ton of misplaced passes.
Well, I mean, mate, he did take a head injury, didn't he, Dan, in the first few minutes? Maybe it's something to do with that. But Lukaku donkey. David says we are just not clinical in front of goal. Just slap Lukaku and Rashford in the face so they can wake up. If only if it was that simple. AJ is back with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says, let's just take a minute.
Lukaku's away here on the right. He's done well to ride a couple challenges. Pereira to Pogba. Pogba with a little pass to Sanchez is in. Can't get to the ball.
AJ back with a contribution. It says, let's just take a minute. Lukaku is awful. Thanks for that, mate.
Pogba having a little yell there at looks like Pogba was having a little yell there at Rashford.
Well, do you know what? I mean, if he's going to be the captain next season, he's got to start doing it, isn't he? He's got to step up to the plate now.
Yeah, definitely.
Rashford has been poor, says Marky. Rashford is poor today, says Coco. Ha.
Yeah, no, he's not playing well at all. Yeah. Not playing well at all. Like I said, he's just trying to do that thing where he takes on every defender he's up against. He's not playing smart.
Yeah.
Not playing smart, but they got him in down the channel here. Cross has come off.
A couple of people saying it should have been a red card there.
For who?
I'm not sure. Just said that's a red. A few people are saying it. It's not 2-0. It's not 2-1. It's 1-0.
Oh, maybe for Bertrand. I think maybe Bertrand on Lukaku. I think the way he tackled him was high. But nah, it's probably yellow, yeah. United with another corner here.
Red Baron's made a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says, who is this Scottish commentator? He hates United.
Oh, maybe on the television. Yeah, Young's taking the corner here. Just about got into the 40th minute. Smalling up for a free header. He's missed it at the far post. Hold on, it's still in.
Come on.
Okay, so Smalling gets the header. A lot to digest here, Marcus. So Young whips in the corner. Smalling gets the header, puts it on goal. It looks like it's going towards the far post. It actually goes off the post. Rashford is actually trying to follow it up. Actually, did it even go off the post or did it go straight to him? Hold on, I'm seeing a different angle here. Smalling with the header, beats the goalie, goes to Rashford. Rashford's at the doorstep. He actually hooks his foot around it and the ball goes backwards towards the top of the box instead of towards the goal. And then they've kicked it out. So yeah, just hitting the 40-minute mark now. United putting all the pressure on. They've done enough to score at least 2 goals in this game so far, and they just can't find the back of the net. So, like I said, it could be one of those weird days.
It could be. But with the way United have started the first half, and since being a goal down, I'd be very surprised if the scoreline stays like this. I really would.
No,
United,
me too.
They're getting the opportunities. They're just not being clinical enough. And I think by the time Ollie has a word with them at half time as well, I think it's inevitable that United will score in the second half.
Well, to be honest with you, I hope he makes a little bit of a change. Because personally, I would take McTominay off. Bring on Fred for a little bit more flair. I know he hasn't played great, but at least he offers you something different to McTominay, and especially a game that you're now chasing. I'd keep Sanchez on only for the time being because I think what they need to do is they need to play two up front. And, maybe do that and have Sanchez play off Lukaku. And then I'd give it a couple more minutes after halftime and see what happens with Rashford and see how he's playing. But
Red Baron with a contribution. Thanks for that. He says Marcus and Mark should do a buddy cop comedy in the police force. Mark's the bad cop, Marcus is the good cop. That's an idea, Red. I'll pass it on to him. I'll see what he says. It could be interesting. So I think the way the game's sounding at the minute, Alexis Sanchez not really being involved. Do you know what? I'd go the 4-3-3 route, and I'd get Rashford on the left, and I'd stick Chong out on the right.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. But again, so they have Saints play a ball into Bertrand. Ashley Young misses clearing it. It goes actually off his heel. Bertrand's ahead of him. Puts his arms around him in the penalty area. He goes down again looking for a penalty, but ref doesn't call it. Young clears it out of bounds, so Saints have a throw. But Young has been getting absolutely toasted, and they've been going down his side this whole half. They've been abusing him.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of the fans, the majority of the fans, I would say, knew what Ashley Young would bring to the table. He's just not good enough anymore. A couple of people are saying get Chong on for Sanchez. Saab Haji Bardra is feeling very nervous at the moment. I don't think there's no need to be nervous yet. Luke Skywalker, thanks for contribution, mate. He's put Young and Smalling piss poor. Yeah, I mean, by the sounds of it, you're not wrong.
Yeah, Smalling not great. Young even worse. Sanchez following back a third worst for sure. But Young, the halftime change I would make would be Delo for Young.
Yeah,
because he's done nothing.
Yeah, definitely. Ashley Martinson says Southampton getting out of the bottom three in an away game against United is outrageous. I think he's got a point there. It's the way United have been playing recently. The results we've been getting. To me, this should have been a foregone conclusion, but on the day, you never know what's going to happen. I think United.
Yeah, and like we were saying earlier, they haven't been great at home the last couple of games.
Kyle Hagan says it's Burnley all over again. AS7 Alexis says get Delo on, like you said, Dan.
Definitely.
Pony says Pereira's gone missing. I mean, not heard much about Pereira in the first half.
He's done well with a bunch of crosses that he's had. Passing's been a little sloppy. His touch has been a little sloppy, but he hasn't gotten on the ball too much. They kind of seem to be bypassing them and just trying to hit the wings. So Lindelof's on the ball now. Is about 2 minutes to halftime. A little 1-2 here with Pogba. He's crossed it in for Rashford. Southampton trying to head away. And it looks like they're going to be able to get it clear. Smalling. Don't know what he was doing there, but
it's a lot of people saying Pereira. I mean,
Pogba's on the ball. Pogba's played in Rashford. Saints clear again. The thing is, they're trying to do the over the top ball, but Saints are big at the back, and they're not beating anybody with the over the top because everyone's just heading it away.
So Southampton not really put any pressure on De Gea since the goal then.
No, they've gotten into wide areas, but they haven't had any shots or any chances. And just saying that, they take a shot there.
All right.
De Gea saves right at his chest. But just hitting the 45th minute mark now, so be a good time to get a goal would be now. Sanchez flopping all over the place.
So I think I'm still alive, haven't we? Yeah. I think I don't think there's any cause for panic at this moment.
No, I don't think so either. Just because of the way that I understand that they've missed some good chances, but we are getting forward. We are creating a lot of opportunities. It's just not as consistent as it should be. A lot of things are breaking down, but we are getting into dangerous areas. So I wouldn't worry yet.
Have they put up on the board how long injury time?
Yeah, you're gonna have 3 minutes. So Pogba's on it now, and he's played in Shaw down the left. And it's gone out for United throw, so it's going to be another 2 minutes before the half. So if we could get one here, that'd be immense.
Jai Harrod said poor first half from Rashford, needs to get into the game more. AJ says this is so boring. I hope you're talking about the game, mate, not the stream. Beyond says we're going to lose. Michael Jones says Sanchez is the flop, sub Sanchez. How you're watching this says COD, no. So it's out in America. NBC Sports, Dan, was it?
Yes, sir, correct.
Yeah. Keep Metal alive. Thanks for the contribution, mate. He's put Arsenal and Tottenham drawing was a gift. We must win this. Does not matter how, but we have to. I'm still quite calm. There's another 45 minutes to go. I think by the time Ollie gets them in at half time and gives them a bit of a bollocking, they've done. They seem to have. They sounded like they've done okay, Dan.
Yeah, no, I like I said, it just it's the usual suspects. Rashford's been pretty bad today. Sanchez hasn't done much to even keep himself on the field. Lukaku's probably been the best of the three, given that he's created the most opportunities, but he's also missed the most opportunities. My only worry is the bench is not very strong in an attacking sense. So
yeah.
I think Chong would change the game if he came on in terms of just being direct, but your players out there that you're still relying on to score aren't going to change. So I just don't know if that's going to be the answer. I think you're going to have to do it with the players that you have out there.
Okay, right. Paulo, we'll do that at the at full time. Wanted to know if we can do player ratings. So Dan, you can do that once the game's finished because you're watching the game.
Yeah, sure. You want to do them at halftime?
No, we'll do it at full time.
All right.
We'll stay live for about 10-15 minutes after the game. That's all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So it's just about to come up to halftime, but United are on the attack, and they blow the whistle with us in the final third. Which I don't understand, but
no, I thought they got to let the attack go, hadn't they?
Yeah, well, halftime, and it's 1-0 to Saints. Rashford not playing well. Just doesn't look like he's in it mentally. He's getting bumped off the ball easily, which is kind of messing around with him. Lukaku not great, but probably the best of the front three so far. Sanchez non-existent. Ashley Young, rating out of 10 right now would be a 1, just because he's physically out there actually running. He's not incapacitated. So.
Andrew Rossi with a contribution. Thanks, pal. Says Sanchez may be the biggest fraud in United's history. You know what? I didn't agree to the signing in the first place. I didn't see why we needed him. I think, again, I think that was just a matter of the ex-manager wanting to prove that he could take someone who was on the verge of going to another club. But a lot of people saying the midfield has been poured down. Rashford overrated. Rashford's terrible. Pereira not good enough. I mean, what do you make of the midfield three at the minute?
Pogba's been the best of the three by far. He's actually been getting on the ball and trying to make things happen. I'd say your only players that have actually played well today you'd probably say would be Pogba and Shaw, because they've done the most going forward. Not too sure if Shaw was at fault for the goal or not. It was just kind of a whole mess, which came from the Ashley Young incident. But yeah, Pereira, first 10 minutes he was playing very well. He was getting forward, making a lot of good crosses, making a lot of good inroads. But since then, been a little sloppy on the ball. McTominay, a lot of misplaced passes from him, and just you know what you're going to get. He's really not there to go forward. He's there to kind of clean up. So
yeah. Sally says to get the hairdryer out.
Yeah, definitely.
Lukaku was poor. Pereira out of position all first half. No penetration, says Fire Dwyer. Pereira off the pace, says Cantonars. Andreas has been good, says Real Zlatan. Young, so shocking, says Kevel. Lukaku off the low on. I mean, that's an option there, Dan. I mean, Rashford through the middle, Delo on the right. You know, there are options there for Ollie at half time.
Well, yeah. Listen, I'm going to be a little controversial. I would say if they're going to take a forward off, I'd say take off Rashford because he's not at the races. He might still be a little hurt.
Yeah,
I'd say take him off. You play Lukaku down the middle because he's the Southampton center backs are physical. He's the most physical player you're going to have. You play him down the middle and you put Delo on the right or you take off Sanchez. Just you want to keep Rashford on and you put Rashford on the left, Delo on the right, and you play with Lukaku down the middle because I don't think taking Lukaku off is the answer. I actually think he's going to be the most likely to score for us today.
yeah, he certainly had the most of the opportunities. Just not really. He's not had that clinical finish, has he? But Digital De Silva, thanks for the contribution. He says Southampton's formation is killing us. So, did Southampton set up with the five at the back there?
Um, guess you could say it was a five, but the wingbacks are getting forward a lot, so I'd say it's more of a 3-5-2, or actually it's probably even like a 3-4-3, because no one's really playing off of Charlie Austin in terms of next to him or right behind him. Redmond's more so pushed out all the way to the left, but yeah, just not being able to cope with it. Their fullbacks are getting forward a lot. And they're young and they're quick. Their fullbacks, they're very pacey. Valerie's very quick. Brian Bertrand's very fast, even though he's getting a little bit on in age. He's touching 30, but, they do have pace there and they are good defenders. So we're finding it a little difficult.
A lot of difference of opinion in the comments here. A lot of people going in on Sanchez. People sticking up for Rashford, people sticking up for Sanchez. To me, it sounds like Rashford needs to get in the game more. He needs to, want that ball, get hold of that ball, run at the back, and force the left back further back because Ashley Young seems to be getting caught out quite often down that right hand side there.
Yeah, all the time. They're really just going down his right their left hand side, United's right hand side constantly. That's the only thing they're doing going forward, and it's killing us. They got one plan. It's to attack Ashley Young, and they're sticking by it. And they got the lead.
T Ballard with a contribution says Lukaku misses 2 from 6 yards. Sell now, please. I mean, talk us through them chances, Dan. I mean, in the first few minutes.
Yeah. So the first one came with about not even 2 minutes on the clock, and everybody sees the game differently. I thought it was a good save. I thought it was a very good save to get down, and the ball was going for the lower corner, and Angus Gunn got down and saved it very well. So I'd say that one he was a good save by the keeper. The other chance that he had when the ball fell to him off the corner kick, probably should have scored that. He scuffed that chance. Then he had the header off of Pereira's cross that he totally missed. So, there's definitely been chances that he should have put away. I'd say the first one a little harsh to say it was a sitter.
Yeah,
it was a good save by the keeper. But in any event, really he should at least have a goal to his name.
Okay, Hader Hamoud, with a contribution. Thanks for that. It said small inside passes are doing my head in. Missing too many openings. Lukaku needs to control something. Pogba needs to play more central and dictate the play. Pogba, he's the main man, I think, for a lot of people in terms of the outfield players. Dan, how's he been?
Yeah, he's played well. He's definitely been the best player on the field for us. He's spraying the ball around. He's physical on the ball. Saints have been trying to double team him and get him off the ball when he's on it, but he's kind of been skipping around everybody. I just think he looks up, and he looks ahead of him. And, Jesse's not on the right, Tony's not on the left, and I think that kind of throws his whole game off because he looks up, he sees Sanchez running around aimlessly, he looks to the right, and Lukaku's wandering around out there, and then you have Ashley Young coming up from right back, and it's just, he looks up, and I don't think he sees anybody he could really pass to, which is why he usually tries to force it to Rashford maybe too much. But we got to do something. We got to start taking more shots too, from just outside the area. There's too much passing. They're trying to walk it into the net. Got to start shooting.
I think it's pretty obvious from a lot of the comments slating Ashley Young. So I would say, would you make any changes? But I think it's obvious from what everyone's saying here in the comment section that Ashley Young needs to come off ASAP. But would you switch that? Would you, if you take him off, or maybe play him a little bit further forward and take Sanchez off and Delow there at right back, Rashford left, Young right. I mean, the opportunities for him there. But I mean, do you think Ollie's going to do that straight away? I don't think he will. He usually waits till the 65th minute, doesn't he, to make any changes?
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think he's going to wait too long. Sadly, but that's probably the truth. I would love to see them come out of the halftime and have made a change. I just don't think they will. I think he kind of makes substitutions a little too late. Which could be good or bad. I don't think he jumps the gun. He doesn't let his emotion get in the way of things. He doesn't say, all right, I got to change it right now, or I have to do this right now. He kind of sees, all right, this player doesn't have it today or whatever, and then he makes his decision. But I would like to see them come out in the second half with a change, wherever that is, because I just think that, you're down 1-0, you got 45 minutes to get yourself 2 goals. You got to come out on the front foot. So I think that, definitely they should come out and make a change for sure.
I've had a contribution here from Niall Mottershaw. Thanks for that, mate. It says, Marcus, would you sell Sanchez or Lukaku or both? Get involved, guys. Let us know in the comments. What would you do, Dan? I mean, for me personally, I'd sell them both, to be honest. Have a think about that for a minute while I just read out these contributions. So, a contribution from Andrew Rossi. Lads, it is no longer a coincidence that every time Sanchez plays, we don't score and Pogba is quiet. Get rid of him. And T. Ballard with a contribution. Thanks for that, pal. It says Pogba covering for McTominay, Pereira covering for Young, who is crap. In terms of Lukaku and Sanchez, I'm not a fan of either of them. I don't think Lukaku is United's main number 9. If you look at United's number 9s, from ever since Sir Alex was there, he just doesn't suit the mould. And Sanchez, I thought it was a waste of money anyway. I agree with Mark on that. Martial was he player of the month 2-3 times in a row? And Mourinho bought him in, I think, purely because he just didn't want City to get him, to be honest. I think he was nailed on to go there, and I think that's the similar sort of situation for Fred as well. I think he was nailed on to go to City, but Mourinho swooped in and tried to get him. But a lot of people are saying both. I mean, Dan, what would you do with them?
I'd say definitely Sanchez, 100% Sanchez. The only thing with Lukaku is, and we hear Mark say it before, you'd like to keep him as a backup because there are times when he can be useful.
Yeah.
But he's not going to want to be a backup. He's 25. He's in the prime of his career, or he hasn't even hit his actual prime of his career yet. He's not going to want to be a backup, even if it's at Man United. So I think you're going to have to be forced to sell him anyway. Sanchez, you're going to have to, and the thing is with Lukaku is you're going to take a loss. You're going to take a loss for sure. So, whatever they paid for him, they'd be lucky to get a little bit more than half of that back. But in an inflated market, especially too with swap deals possible or things like that, it's not totally out of the question. So let's see what happens.
Sally would get rid of both. I think they do. I think they really need some good investment in the summer. There's no point giving Ollie the job with just the same team here. They need investment. Zachary Purvis, thanks for the contribution. He says Fred or Chong for Sanchez, Rashford to left wing, Pereira to right wing. Andreas has looked really good when higher up the pitch this game. And Red Baron with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says, thank you to these Americans, Dan and Jared and others, for keeping us updated, consistent, and always on time. Well, nice comment. Nice comment.
Appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for that, Red. Much appreciated. So, second half then, Jared. I mean, Dan, sorry. That's because of that comment now. I blame Red Baron for that. Second half. Is it getting underway yet? Are they out? Are they near?
Not yet. Yeah, it's probably going to be kicking off in maybe a minute or two. But I mean, listen, like you were saying, I'm not going to panic yet. There's plenty of time in this game. We just got to change up the thinking a little bit. There was a comment before said that if they lose this game, it's completely down to Ole, and I do agree with that. I know the players do have to perform, but he continuously picks Sanchez. He continuously picks Ashley Young. And this isn't like I know today he's been getting toasted, Ashley Young, but this isn't just today. This has been in the last 5-6 games.
Yeah.
He's been consistently getting beat. It's definitely alarming, especially when you watch United on a consistent basis and you see every team's game plan is to attack Ashley Young. The writing's on the wall. So I think what can go wrong, if you have Delo there, so something's got to change.
Definitely. I think we just need a bit more of attacking threat down that right hand side there.
Definitely.
But Niall Motshaw, thanks for the contribution. He said, Marcus, would you bring on Chong and Gomez? For me, and again, I mean, Dan and everyone in the comments get involved with this. My first option would be to Heath Chong. I think he carries more threat than Gomez, and I think the way this game in the second half is going to play out, I think we need someone a bit more direct than what we got.
Yeah, Chong definitely for me. Chong on would be ahead of Gomez definitely because Gomez is more of a player. He's like a number 10. He's not a winger. He's not a forward, so he's more of an advanced midfielder, and I just don't see where he would make an impact. Chong on the field, very direct, very fast. Also, two players like that are very unpredictable. Defenders really don't know how to defend them because they've never seen them before. Definitely. Defenders know how to defend Rashford. They know how to defend Sanchez because they've seen them week in, week out. So a little bit of unpredictability would actually probably help us in this situation. But I would say that if you're going to make all three changes, at some point I would say Fred has to come on, just because there's no other midfielder to bring on. That's more of out of necessity than desire. Fred would have to come on, Delo would have to come on, and Chong. Those would be my three subs if I had to make.
So Charlie Davenport with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. It says McTominay off, McTomin way off. So I think it's McTominay way off. MJ's joined us. Jared's joined us. How are we doing? Jared says to bring Chong on. Absolutely. McMayo on the pitch looks slow and lethargic, says Raju. Marky says we will be dropping points today as there is no bite in our team. Pauline Garcia says we need to get the effing 3 points. Do you know what? Now I think it is just about 3 points. We just got to go gung ho. We've got to go gung.
Absolutely.
We've got to play a bit more risk attacking now, I think.
Absolutely, you got to do the whole. Basically attack it all. I wouldn't say right yet at the 45-minute mark. I'd say by the 60-minute mark, if they haven't gotten an equalizer, you just do the old Sir Alex where you got everybody going forward. You got Vidic up there and people trying to head the ball down because this is the game they need to win. The result this morning went their way. This is a game they need to win. Have to win. You're playing Saints at home. You have to win this game. So. Second half just kicked off, Marcus.
Okay, cool.
Pogba on the ball now, but nothing's really changed. Alexis still on the left. Lukaku and Rashford are kind of both playing in the middle, and then you have it's Ashley Young with it right now, and Pereira's actually gone more so on the right side. So maybe they're advancing him and playing two up front. Maybe it looked on that passage of play a little bit like a 4-4-2. But it's only a minute in, so let's just see if that changes.
Okay. Steve Cow with a contribution. Thank you. It says we're paying the price for lack of investment. Totally. I'm beginning to think Mark was right about January. We should have brought in at least one or two. Maybe we're going to end up paying the price for it now. But hopefully, I mean, I've got faith in Ollie. I really have. I think he just said his words at half time. Players will have listened, and sounds to me like a couple of them need to up the game a bit in the second half now. Dan?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, more so than anything. I mean, we still have this game, but looking ahead, are you still going to continue to pick Ashley Young? You know what I mean? Are you still going to continue to pick Sanchez? Injury or not, he's not good enough.
Yeah. So same formation then, Dan, yeah? Out there, Sanchez still left, Lukaku.
Right, so we have Delo warming up right now. Looks to be the same formation. But yeah, Delo's warming up now, so it'll be interesting because if they bring him on, it would probably be as a winger, which means Chong probably wouldn't get on because he plays off the right unless they're going to put Delo on the left for Sanchez, which they could do. Smalling again with his hands all over everybody.
I would probably say Delo would go right and Rashford would pull out left.
Right? Yeah. The ideal situation would be you take off Ashley Young, and then you could have a guy like Chong to bring on as a winger. But I don't know.
MJ says that Ollie's at the wheel. He is MJ. Hopefully he comes good though. Young is 2 weeks, says the Rad Zambian. Bring Ollie on, says Migo Oliano. We need Delo, says Tony. Sally says Chong. Last game we had Delo and Young on to strengthen the right hand side, says Alan Bentley.
So Sanchez on it now. Sanchez plays it to Pogba. United are attacking down the left here. Southampton's right, left on your screens. Luke Shaw with it. He whips in across. It's fallen to Sanchez, who trips over himself trying to get a penalty. He's a fucking disaster. My God. You know what? It's just like he's been here for how long now? He's been here for over a year, and nobody even knows what he does. What does he actually do? And people want to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's scored what, 3 goals, 4 goals since the time he's been here?
Yeah,
give him the benefit of the doubt. The guy's 30 years old. He's not 19. He's still down in the penalty area. So while we have the ball, he's still in the. So we're passing around the ball at the back. Pogba doesn't want to kick it out. Smalling doesn't want to kick it out, but Sanchez is still laying on the ground in the penalty spot. So what's going on here? But it doesn't look like they're going to play the ball out. At least Pogba doesn't want to.
Get him up.
Yeah, he's got to come off. He can't stand right now. He's still down. Luke Shaw still has the ball. They still haven't put it out, so good for them.
I mean, sod him, to be honest. They probably think he can get up. So
Pogba kind of digging him out, and now they've done Pogba digging out Sanchez a little bit, and now it looks like actually United won a free kick for a foul.
Sabren says, mark us down, say we're not going to get huge investment in the summer. Do we need a Fergie fledgling moment and run with the youth? See what happens. Do you know what, Sabren? I think now, I think it's a bit too much of a risk for United now to run with the youth, considering there's so much competition at the minute in the league. I mean, Liverpool doing well. I hate to say it. City are doing well. Spurs do well without investment. Then you've got Arsenal and Chelsea who will invest. So I think that would be a huge risk to run with the youth.
Yeah, at this stage in the season, when you're trying to get top 4, I don't know if that's the way to go. I would like to see 1 or 2 of them come into the team. Sanchez down again here, so it looks like he tried to play on. I don't think he's going to be able to. So wrap it up. Get the fuck off the field. Yeah. Get the stretchers out. Get everybody out. Enough of it. It's ridiculous. It looks like he hurt his knee. So I know a couple of people, sadly, will be happy that he's hurt.
Yeah, a lot of people in the comments saying, yes, he's injured. Charlie Davenport with the contribution. Thanks for that, mate. It says Sanchez now in number 10 role. He's not in nothing now because it sounds like he's going off.
Hope so.
Alex says, you're wrong, Marcus. The youth will bring a spark to the game. Yeah, they will. I thought he was on about like long term for next season, Alex. That's why I was talking about like challenging. I don't think all the youth in next season, if we had no investment, would work.
So Delo's actually going to come on. So which is a little interesting, only because I would bring him on for Young, and then bring Chong on for Alexis, and then put him on the right, and then I don't know why Marcus Rojo's warming up. I don't understand that one. He should sit. He needs to sit his ass on the bench too. We don't need to be bringing on. We don't need to be bringing on defenders. I'll tell you that for free.
Adam C with a contribution. He says, "Why have we not looked as good at home as away?" Thanks for the contribution, mate. I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery.
As soon as Sanchez has gone off, the first thing they did was go down the left with Luke Shaw to Rashford. He put in a cross, and now United have a throw-in. So they've actually already used the left side more than they used in the whole 45 minutes beforehand since he's gone off in the last 20 seconds.
So they make the change then?
Yeah, so you have Delo's going to play on the right. So they're just knocking it about now. So Delo's gone to the right, Rashford's gone to the left, Lukaku down the middle.
Do you know what? I'm more excited.
Same back four. Yeah, me too.
I mean, even just sounding out the names, it sounds more threatening.
Delo really already going forward is just beating 3 guys, and he's put in a great cross, which Rashford's headed wide, which should have been a goal.
So straight away, the young lad comes on, beats 3, quality ball into the box, and a missed opportunity by Rashford. But
Oh boy,
already Rashford's involved more without
done
Sanchez.
done incredibly well, Delo, and he has a very good cross, and that should be a goal. You know, if people want to get on Lukaku for missing the chances, that's a free header that he has. You know, if you're going to get on Lukaku for missing chances like that, you got to get on Rashford the same way. It should have been a goal.
Yeah, fair's fair. Yeah, fair's fair. I mean, I know his age still says that he's a youngster, but he's experienced enough now. Baron Def says Delo already contributing more than Sanchez.
Delo on the ball again to Andreas. Andreas has. Oh no! What a fucking goal, Marcus. Excuse the
Great
French,
goal.
but I'll tell you what. That was some hit by Andreas, and he is soaking it up. Oh boy!
Pereira with the goal. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. He
Come back
opened
to
up
you,
his.
Dan. Hang on a
Yeah,
second.
go ahead. Take it
Charlie
away.
Davenport, thanks for contribution. He says reports say Pogba could leave if we don't get top 4. I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. But talk us through it then, Dan.
Okay, so Delo on it again. He's got the first touch of a magnet. Lukaku actually with a decent first touch and back to Delo. Gets it to Pereira, and it looks like he's going to shape up to cross it to do like one of these little floated balls over the top to Lukaku. But he opens up his hips and he actually just bends it into the far corner. Absolutely beautiful goal. And that is massive because now you have 40 minutes, with the stoppages to go on and get yourself a winner. And the crowd's up for it now. And Andreas, I mean, I'll tell you what, he doesn't look like a guy who's out of contract because he celebrated that like, he wants to be here for another 10 years. So,
and you know what? A lot of people in the comments are saying this, and I want to just jump on it as well. Delo assist.
Massive.
Already just come on. 2 balls in.
Boy, I tell you what, Marcus, the Southampton almost just scored right off the kickoff.
Oh, shit.
My God. And actually, hold on a second, because they're coming down us right now. And Redmond's shot out, and it's gone for a goal kick. But so Saints get the ball right after the kickoff. They spread it wide. They send a cross into the box. It beats two defenders. And it looks like Lindelof who headed it clear, but that was definitely dangerous. Much like actually when I think we're having a little problem with switching on because we had the same trouble at Palace after we scored. They almost scored right after we scored. Schlupp had the free header. So got to be wary of that. But yeah,
Anamanda Rake. I hope that's your name. Honestly, hand on heart, I'm not watching the game. I'm not watching the game. I'm just going off what Dan's saying. But talk us through. Okay. I mean, the goal again.
I'll talk you through the goal in a minute. But again, Redmond gets the ball on the left. He absolutely skins Ashley Young. And it was a little 1-2 with Charlie Austin. And it's saved by De Gea. So the Saints are going to have a corner, it looks like. Unless, Saints have a corner. So United go down and score. And then Saints have had 2 decent chances coming right back at us. So let's just going to wait for the corner here, and then I'll go through the goal again.
So it's no coincidence that the weakness is down our right-hand side, and guess who's there?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's where they. I don't even think they've used the left all game.
Yeah,
they've just been strictly going down the right.
Ridge 39 with a contribution. Cheers for that, mate. You put that's a Coutinho finish. Wow. I mean, Coutinho used to score some fabulous goals for Liverpool.
Yeah, it was an excellent goal. When you see it, it's fantastic. But Saints have another corner now, so just under a little bit of pressure right after we scored. So this is going to be key to get out of this with But Young has been so bad. My God, has he been bad?
Maybe
you know what? Maybe I'm sorry. Yeah, they have. But what I was going to say is maybe the reason why Rojo or Bay is warming up is to get Young off.
Could be. Yeah, could be. Maybe he'll go with the 3 centre backs, the 3-5-2.
Tell you what, they've had another corner, and it's gone through everybody. Nobody's there heading the ball away. But it's gone out now for a throw, and Delo's on it. So through the goal is United coming with it out of the back. They pass it to Delo. Excellent first touch. He plays in Lukaku. Lukaku does another quick layoff right to Delo. Delo lays it off to Pereira, who looks like, when I was looking at it, it looked like he could have played in Luke Shaw because Luke Shaw was doing on the overlap.
Yeah.
But he actually holds the ball up a little bit, and then he turns like he's going to do the little dinky over the top ball, and he actually just opens up his hips and he blasts it into the top corner, just totally curled it. And I thought he was actually going to cross it to Lukaku, but bends it around everybody. Massive goal. So United with another 30+ minutes to go on and win this game, and Chong's actually warming up right now as well, Marcus. So
Good.
Could get even better.
Good. Red Baron, a contribution, thank you. It says Fergie next to Simply Red. How you doing, Roadrunner? Bit late to the show. CXRTI Sanso said the field is opening up now. Ayushka Partahat says Delo for right wing. AJ says Delo is right wing. A lot of people showing some love for Delo straight away.
Yeah, but, definitely.
He sounded dangerous as soon as he came on, Dan. Beat the 3 players.
As soon as he came on, his first involvement, he beat 3 guys. He whipped in a cross that Rashford should have scored from. His next involvement is an assist. You got, hold on, Pereira's on the ball here. He's played in Lukaku. Oh, that's two. That's two, Marcus. I'll tell you what. Rom brought his scoring boots today because that's another finish into the far corner with his right foot, which he's never scores with. That's 2 in 2 games. Pereira with an assist, and I tell you what, decent attack and play there. It looked like Luke Shaw's pass was overhit, but Andreas collected it, and I think in collecting it, he took it away from the defender. He did a little 1-2 with Rom. He plays him right in, and Rom just cuts it back on his right foot and scores.
Isn't it amazing how one player going off can make a hell of a difference to the team?
Change the whole game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw the effect that Delo had straight away as soon as Sanchez went off. As Rashford had that chance as well, and now Pereira with an assist and a goal.
Yeah, Lukaku, the very good finish for him, especially. Yeah, the whole thing changes.
Yeah,
it was like it's like when Mourinho left and Ole came in. Sanchez goes off and everyone has the freedom now. No one's getting in each other's way. There's more fluidity. He's not bitching and moaning to get the ball every time. It's night and day. And now the crowd are just totally up for it. And you could see us going and getting a couple more goals. But I'll just say this: be wary at the back because we've been leaving ourselves with gaps and. Young hasn't played the best either, so they're definitely going to have another chance. The next goal is going to be real important.
Luke Skywalker with a can't get my words out now. Luke Skywalker with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says get in. So phenomenal. What I mean, Moshe Nassan says it here. What a turnaround! It's amazing how one player, like you said there, Dan, gets in everyone's way in that midfield. Right, no matter where he is, he just cannot stick to one position. He always goes searching for the ball. He never just stays in his place, and it fucks up everyone's play.
No, it does. It does. It does, and also too, he's also when he's on the field, he demands the ball all the time. He always wants the ball. So when you have a player like that, one, you can't shut him up, and then how do you shut him up? You give him the ball. And then when he's on the ball, he can't do anything with it anyway. So. It really is. It's just a shame that he had to get hurt for the change to happen. It wasn't Ole's tactical genius that made it happen. It was his injury that made it happen. But listen, I'll take it any way I could get it. So Saints with a throw in down in our attacking area, so we definitely have to be careful. But Pereira on the ball now, and he's just turned past 3 people. I'll tell you what, Pereira's feeling himself now because Delo's away down the right. He's done a nice early cross. It just misses Rashford. Actually, that was good defending. But I'll tell you what, Pereira's turned on the sauce, Marcus.
Yeah,
turned on the sauce big time.
Good. Andrew Rossi with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says, "Do I need to make my point anymore?" I don't think you do. Sally, one of our moderators, said just emphasises how ineffective Sanchez is, which I think is totally right. Spot on with that, Sally. But United now seem it's almost like they've changed gear now. We had a contribution from Keep Metal Alive. Thanks, mate. Says proof to the board. Sanchez has to go without doubt. He's just, it's like Mark says, overpaid piano player, isn't it? I mean,
yes, Saints with a chance there. Højbjerg's blasted it over, but again, they just keep going down that left side. So if I'm Ole, I'll tell you right now, I make a change. You bring on Abayi. if bringing on Rojo is your choice, then so be it, and you put Lindelof on the right because he's played there before. So I just or you go with a 3-4-3 or something. But Young's got to come off, Marcus. He's every time they get the ball, they're going down that way. So we're not totally out of the woods yet, and the next goal is very important. But much like Sally said, it's not even just one player, and how ineffective he is. He's ineffective in his own way because he does nothing personally, but he affects so many people with how he plays. Definitely. So it's a double-edged sword. He doesn't do anything to help himself, but he also totally kills the game.
Yeah,
and
a lot of people saying that Sanchez is the virus.
Oh yeah.
Mason Wallace said at half time. He just put a comment in here saying, "You all said Pereira was bad. Take him off at half time. I backed him up. Told you, give him time. He's 23."
Listen.
I like Pereira. I think he can be a good ball player. I really do.
He's
got to take his chances, though.
No, he does. Listen, he has the talent. It's just about taking the chances and getting the confidence. And now, right now especially, he's brimming with confidence. But we were talking at halftime. I said, if you're going to bring on any midfielder, you got to bring on Fred for McTominay, but keep Andreas on because he is a versatile player, and I like that. He could play really anywhere across that, front three-bar striker. He could play anywhere in the midfield. So, you have those strings to your bow. That's very important, especially for a young player. But Rom with a nice layoff here to Delo. Delo plays Rom back in. He's tripping over his feet, but he still has it. Hold on, he still has it. He's tried to square it to Rashford, who didn't come to the ball. I'll tell you what, Rashford, he hasn't done much in this game to warrant staying on the field because Lukaku, be it luck or playing well, he actually did well to get into a good crossing position. But Rashford, he's too far. He's too far away from the ball. So,
Paulo Hageland with a contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says, I just want to praise Marcus and Dan for keeping this entertaining. Even though Mark is gone, it feels like you're not saying. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Absolutely, yeah. Pereira on it again here. Young trying to play in a cross. It's gone out for another corner. I'll tell you what, there was a comment there that says Alexis not fit to wear the number 7. Mate, he's not even fit to put the shirt on, period. He could be number 70. He could be number 78. Don't matter. Shouldn't be here. Should have never got him in the first place. So United with a corner here, Marcus. 65 minutes gone. Stretford ends up. Everyone's standing, trying to suck in another goal, and
Goldbridge will be there shouting and singing.
Yeah. Here's the cross. It's headed away by Saints. Delo on it. I'll tell you what, Delo's just had a shot from maybe 40 yards out.
Yeah.
And it didn't miss. It didn't miss by that much. He hit it kind of a low and hard to the far corner. But I tell you what, they're just brimming with confidence now. But just got to be careful.
Yeah, got to be very careful at the back, Dan, didn't they?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The guy goes off who's he slows our play down so much because he's so one-dimensional. I think Sanchez. He's so predictable in what he does. Always, he's like Matterweight. Always wants to come inside as well.
Right. Yeah. Well, the thing is too is you look at a player like Arjen Robben, right, who's very predictable.
Yeah.
But his predictability is he's very good at being like his predictability. He's so good at it, even if you can't stop it. In his prime, you couldn't stop it. Sanchez, his predictability is not even good. So when he comes inside, it's not even like he's effective. Let's say that was the only thing he does, but he did it well. You get a pass, but he can't even do that. So, listen, all the people that want to say give Sanchez time or whatever, give me or Marcus one justifiable reason to put him back in the lineup.
Do you know what? I just want to make a point there, what you said about Robben there and Sanchez. The thing with Robben as well, he had the pace and the trickery to beat his man, in his heyday. Sanchez, I don't think he's never had that. He's never had that.
Yeah, no. Do you ever notice? When Sanchez is on the field and United are trying to play with quick tempo? He always tells guys to calm down. He's always doing which is it's so indicative of the way he plays. He doesn't want to play that fast style of play.
He can't keep up with the play, can he? This is the thing.
No, I know.
He'll burn him out.
He does it all the time. Time, trying to slow guys down and trying to calm everybody down on the ball. And that might how you play at Arsenal, but that's not how you play here.
But Baron Def says he is like 31 FFS. Well, mate, me and Mark's nearly pushing 40, and I reckon we could give him a run for his money. But listen, I just want to say as well, I appreciate. I'm sure I'll speak for Dan on this as well. But the love that's been shown in the comments, the appreciation for us doing this while Mark's not here. It's it's really nice to know that the community are fine with us taking over while Mark goes and watches a game. So if you can hit a like on the video, I'd appreciate it. If you can subscribe to the channel, if you're new, share the video, click the bell, do the stuff, mate. And yeah, very very much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Really, we obviously couldn't do it without you. And someone there was saying, take the number 7 shirt off of Sanchez. I'll tell you what. I tell you who should get the number 7 shirt. Tony Martial. Because right now he
Yeah,
seems he's listen. I know he divides opinion with his attitude and whatever else, but under Ole, he just got a 5-year deal. I mean, he is that type of player, Marcus. He's that type of flair player, and when you talk to opposition fans, who's the guy they always say that they're worried about? So there's only
definitely.
one guy. It's only one guy.
Yeah. The Ghost has got a question for us, Dan. He's put, is it time to think of Delo as a more forward player than a defender? Please give the question a shout out, Marks and Dan. Thanks. Do you know what? That's not a bad shout there. I mean, Delo, as a more advanced attacking player, he's proving the damage that he can cause. That's not a bad shout. Charlie
No,
Davenport with
no.
a contribution. He says play Delo more often. Thanks for that, mate.
Yeah,
Um,
listen, not at all. Definitely, him as a right winger is definitely something to be keep an eye on. The only thing about that is that then you're basically you're admitting another year of Ashley Young at right back, and then furthermore, then you're probably not going to get a right winger in the transfer market because you're just going to use the low. So, um, yeah, it's a tough one.
yeah,
Listen, I can't argue with what he's done when he comes on as a right winger. That's 2 games in a row. He's played very well there. So,
yes,
I like to see him play up there against really strong opposition. That'd be interesting.
yeah.
When we play Arsenal, play him at right wing.
Hmm.
If Lingard's not back.
Francis Young with a contribution. Thank you. It says Ollie's tactics to force Ed to sell Sanchez in the summer. It's not. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not totally out of the realms of possibility, is it? But I think with PSG coming up, I wouldn't mind seeing Delo more forward position against their back four.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, put him. Listen, you got nothing to lose in that game, especially. You're already down 2-0. There's no Pogba. Play him as a right winger against PSG. Let him get a run against Marquinhos and Silva and guys like that, and see how he does.
Yeah,
But that's probably the worst thing for this board is going. Oh well, we don't need a right winger. We already got one. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
uh, I personally think he should succeed Ashley Young because as good as he is going forward, he is good defensively too. He's just got to learn the position a little bit better.
yeah.
Um, but I think that he could be your right back for your next 10, 15 years. Whereas there's so many right wingers out there. There's not that many great right backs. There's tons of right wingers you could bring in. So
Definitely, definitely. I mean, Alec Dukas says that Delo isn't quick enough to go right wing. Interesting.
maybe
Keep
not.
keep metal alive. Thanks for the contribution. He says give Delo the 7. He's a closet winger, closest winger. Get rid of Young and get at new right back. You know what? The only thing with um, Delo going at the right wing, I think that could jeopardise Jadon Sancho if we are actually in for him. But we shall come
Right.
back for that. Charlie Davenport, thanks for contribution. He says, "Would you get rid of Lukaku in the summer?" Yes, yes. I don't even need to think about it. Yes.
Yeah,
um,
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
71 minutes gone. Marcus about to hit the 72nd minute. Ashley Young on the ball. He's played in Lukaku with a terrible pass. Not like Lukaku did him any favors with the first touch, but again, Saints coming down the left. Rom tracking back,
So is Lukaku out on
and
the right hand side now? Then?
he was actually playing down the middle, but he came all the way back to make the tackle. And I don't know if he's giving
Okay.
away a free kick or a throw in, or let me just see here. But yeah, Saints have a free kick on that right side, left if you're looking on the TV.
Do you know what?
Uh,
There's a comment here from Creaky Blocks, Delo and Wan Bissaka. down that right hand side.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. I've
Yeah.
been on Wan-Bissaka for the first time I saw him play. I said, this dude could play a little bit. This dude's special. But the thing about him is, I just think if he goes to a Big Four team, he'll stay in London. You know what I mean? I think Arsenal or a Spurs. I just don't see him coming up north. Ashley Young, is this a foul on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Young again, terrible. So it looks like Saints are going to have a free kick here right outside the area. This is what we were saying about Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
Young comes in here like an absolute jackass, flying around. I don't even know what he's doing, to be honest with you, Marcus. They got to get him off. They got to make a change.
By the sounds of it, he's creating more problems than we need, to be honest.
Big time. And like I said, he's giving them a free kick in a good area, and Ward-Prowse hits a very good dead ball. So you got to bring somebody on here. I'd say they should bring on Bay.
Abu Samango says, "What's the score?" It's right in front of you, mate. If you look in the middle of the screen.
Yep, 2-1. Just entered the 73rd minute. I don't see anybody warming up right now. They had Fred and Chong and Bay were warming up earlier.
Mason says he's a fan. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Much appreciated. Phoenix Morrison says he can see Wan-Bissaka going to Arsenal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he'll leave the capital. He's already plays for Palace. There's 3 teams down there that could get him: Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. So I don't think that'll happen. I like good player, very good player. But so Spurs on this, about to get behind this dead ball here, just in the 74th minute. Oh yeah, Saints. Sorry, I said Spurs. I'm all over the place. Yeah, your Saints. And it's Ward-Prowse and Bertrand lining it up, and it looks like it's going to be Ward-Prowse who could hit a very good dead ball. So, let's see.
I think he's the danger man now.
That's 2-2, Marcus.
Oh, I knew it. I knew he'd
we
be
said
a danger.
Listen, we said in the build up to the game that he's on free kicks. He's tough to handle.
Yeah. Do you know what I've said to Mark for a few years now about him, Ward-Prowse? I know he plays for Southampton, obviously, but he is such a player.
He is
such a player.
Good player. The thing is that he really doesn't have a position because they play him on the right. The past couple months.
Yeah.
He's not fast enough to be a right winger or a right. He's more of a right midfielder, but just totally beats the wall. Nothing the wall could have done.
And
nothing
who
really
gave away the
could
free
have
kick
done.
there?
Oh, we already know the answer to that. It's everybody's favorite person, Ashley Young.
The guy is he's having one of his days, isn't he? He's having one of his days.
But, he'll be the captain next game. That's the worst part. He'll be the captain because, as long as you got guys like Carrick here and people like that, and I love McPhelan, but McPhelan was here when Ashley Young was an actual contributor, and that sticks in their minds. So he's fucking awful.
Yeah. I think now Ollie's he's got to bring on Chong fully.
Yeah, just got to go for it.
Got to go for it. I think you take Young off now, you switch Delow there, and you get Chong further forward. Luke Skywalker with the contribution. Thanks for that, mate. He says Ashley Young this game, -5 out of 10 rating.
Terrible.
Not far off. I mean, what Dan's been saying and what you guys have been saying in the comments, he's been absolute shite. Absolutely shite. Everyone is saying in the comments, garbage. He needs to go. Why is he playing every game? And again, I had no chance for that, Dan.
No. Definitely not.
Well, they certainly know how to get it out to highest reach, don't they?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, too. They come here, you score 2 goals against them, and they score 2 goals that they probably won't score all season. Even though Ward-Prowse is good from the free kick, it still takes a lot to beat De Gea, so got to hit it perfectly, and he did, so. JD, ND
Game says Southampton's best player is Young.
By far.
Oh, such a shame. Such a shame. Played so well when Sanchez goes off, and then it sounded to me like we were sitting back a bit, inviting a bit of pressure, and then, again, Ashley Young, that mistake.
It was the mistake more than anything because they had just crossed the ball into the box from a free kick, and he came out to Smalling or Lindelof headed it away, and he comes out to clear it with a karate kick, almost kicks the dude in the face, and then he gives away and he was in no danger of, them doing anything with the ball. It's not like he was waiting to bring it down. The guy was actually going to clear it himself.
How long we got left then, Dan?
As probably going to be about, I'd say, till the 90th is 13 minutes. But with the stoppages, you're probably looking at another, 15, 16 minutes at least.
Yeah.
So
We've still got time. We got two
yeah,
in,
definitely.
what was it, 6 minutes against Burnley?
Yeah.
So we can do it. We can do it. Nathan Brown says get Chong on for Young. Yeah. Everyone wants to watch. Oh, I can't read that out. Young, what are you doing? Says Husband Sadiqui. Young out. Says Shocks Jacob Matthews. Relax fam, we got this, says Omar. Yeah, we've still got time. We've still got time. Put Delo on. Delo is on, Nishan.
Maybe put Delo at right back and put on
that's what I'm
Chong
thinking.
as a winger. I'd honestly even maybe take off Rashford because he's done next to nothing this game. And McTominay.
I think
he always comes up with big goals, Rashford, especially late on. So yeah,
I think you leave Rashford on just for that forward threat. I think,
but I think you got to take McTominay off too, just because you don't need a guy sitting in front of them anymore. You need somebody who's going to do more with the ball. So Ashley Young, mate, terrible.
Mason Wallace says Young is too old to play football. Get rid of Young, says Jerker. We need a proper right back, says Ali. Sick of our crap right back, says United Unity.
The best part is that he's got a 1-year contract, but we won't pay fucking De Gea.
This is it. If we didn't keep the has-beens, we could afford to pay De Gea close to what he wants. Not exactly what he wants, but close to what he wants. Because to me, the guy does deserve a pay increase. He's an important member of the team. But I think you can't pay him over 400,000. No chance. I'd begrudge paying any footballer 400,000 a week. You know what I mean? You're talking a million, nearly a fortnight. Disgraceful, but it's not my money. So, Kenroy Sinclair says, "Calm down, fans. We're going to win this. A little excitement is always good." Yeah, do you know what? I mean, there is still plenty of time. There's well over 10 minutes to go.
Yep, you just hit the 80th minute mark right now, Marcus. So
there we go. So
you have 10 minutes plus the stoppages. I think there should be a bit because you had a couple injuries, you had a couple subs, you had 2 goals, 3 goals actually. So you're probably looking at least right now, at least 4 minutes of stoppage time. So
I do fancy United to get another few chances. We've got enough.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to get it. They're definitely going to get a couple more really good chances. It's just a matter of we're going to put them away. I think we need to make a change. Definitely.
Well, we've only made the one change, haven't we? Which was Delo.
Right. Yeah.
So Chong and Gomez are the most attacking ones on the bench, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, you know what you could do is you take off McTominay, you put Pereira where he was. I know he has a goal and an assist, but you take him off, you put Pereira where he is, you put Gomes up there to play more advanced, and then you bring on Chong for Young, and you play Delo at right back and just have them overlapping each other.
Definitely.
Could do that.
Aiden Lafava? I hope that's your name. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Thanks for the contribution, mate. He's put, would you rather have Fosu Mensah, Twansibi, or the young prospect from Palace, Wan-Bissaka, to replace Young? I would take Wan-Bissaka, very young.
Absolutely. Now this one I don't agree with because they just made a sub here, and they've taken Pereira off, and they brought on Fred. So you took Pereira off for Fred. I would say you take McTominay off for Fred. I don't get that. You know, he's got a goal, he's got an assist, he's playing well. Last 10 minutes he has misplayed a few passes, but guy's got a goal and an assist, and you're taking him off. I don't understand.
Yeah, and he sounded like he's been quite threatening in the last 5-10 minutes as well. So, probably he's quite small as well, Fred, isn't he? He's not going to carry any aerial threat either.
And they've actually, like right now where Fred's playing is actually further back with McTominay, and they've pushed Pogba more up in the midfield.
Well, that makes a little bit of sense then, because if the balls are going to come into the box, then you've got the height of McTominay and Pogba in there, ain't you?
Right.
So yeah, if that's what he's done, there's a little bit of sense, but not the change I would have gone for. I would have gone for Gomez or Chong.
Chong, yeah, for me, Chong. But Saints with another corner. So, and like I said, they do have big guys. So, gonna have to all hands to the pump.
Um, Christian Burns says Ollie's first real questionable decision. Um, Gullum Ali says Pogba is just rubbish today.
Yeah, hasn't played great in the second half. Definitely not. Ashley
Um,
Young again, mate. He almost gave away another free kick. He's jumping all over people's backs. Man, he's starting to fucking piss me off, Marcus. I tell you, sorry, but I'm getting fed up. I'm getting fed up.
I
No,
don't
because
blame you, mate.
he
It's
puts
making
them
me
in a
irate.
terrible position. He puts them in a terrible position, and then they're giving away another corner. So I
Yeah.
have another corner kick to defend because he is terrible today. And if he's going to be sitting there playing, he's going to be captain for the Arsenal game. Enough is enough, mate.
This is it. This is it. Another corner. We need to get Chong on. Chong says AJ. Oh, yeah. Some people are just saying, "Come on, dive in the box," says Legionista. um,
Good header there by Pogba to clear it, but now you got Redmond on Young, and he'll toast him. Here we go. There you go.
what?
Got a corner for Southampton,
Right.
and it all comes because Ashley Young can't block a cross, can't cross the ball in himself. Oh my god! So they're gonna have another corner kick. They're gonna have 3 corner kicks in the last 2 minutes.
Michael Royer says, "Hopefully, this is a wake-up call to the Trashley Young supporters on the staff that he is a liability. He really is. He really is. He's too long in the tooth for it now. He really is."
All right, so we got another corner here. So
Legionista was fine, mate. How can a bottom team outplay United like this at Old Trafford? Says Lil Pelly. Where's the passion gone? Says Red Jedi.
they've done one thing the entire game, and that's go down our right hand side, and that's attack Ashley Young. That's all they've done, and
Yeah,
they've created chance after chance from that. And I will echo the sentiment to some people. The naivety from Ole is not to change that. They've been attacking this dude from minute one. He's looked horrible on the ball. He's looked horrible in defense. He hasn't crossed the ball well when he has gone forward. He's given you absolutely nothing, and they're still going down that way. They haven't used the right side once.
it's 5 minutes to go. Dan, is there?
Yeah,
Just over 5 minutes.
yeah. With the 900 corners there,
Yeah.
there's not much time left. But United are going to have a throw in an attacking area here, so hopefully we can get some guys forward.
Tanvir 123 says they're going to score. I hope not.
Come on,
Um,
let's go.
Izzy Hussein says love this American Dan guy. Good. Got some fans today, Dan.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Here's Ashley Young with a cross. Smalling keeps it in. It's booted away, and McTominay's on it. You know,
Rico says stay cool. United winner. Marky says De Gea has been crap today.
I think he's had two shots on him that he couldn't save. I don't know how. I don't know what he's supposed to do about him.
Yeah.
So McTominay on the ball now, kind of getting into their final third. Fred with a little 1-2. Pogba's pass to Lukaku. He's not ready for it, and the keeper comes and collects. That was kind of an opening there, but 4 minutes left plus the stoppages. You really can't even bring Chong on because he's a winger. You're not going to get much room down the. You're not going to get much width.
Yeah.
And
Charlie Danpour, thanks for contribution, mate. You've put Rashford has not been great. He's better centrally.
no, I think he's been pretty bad today.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's not 3-2. Oh, hang on.
Pogba's got it here. Luke Shaw trying to clear it.
No, it's still 2-2 at the minute.
Still 2-all. Pogba on the ball here. He's played it to Young, so going to try to start up another attack here, but been tough. Ashley Young looking around for someone to pass to. looking around for a new job. All right, Lindelof's got it now in our half. I mean, in Saints' half. Got a little 1-2 here with Shaw and Pogba. McTominay on the ball. Fred on the ball. Doesn't want to go wide to Young, and why not? Luke Shaw. Fred again. Lukaku. Oh, big Rom, Daddy. Now it's 3-2. Come on, suck that.
Now it's 3-2. There we go.
I'll tell you what, Lukaku's last 3 goals have come with his right foot. And he does look a little more trim. He's been laying off the Big Macs, Marcus. I'll tell you something right now. Your man is looking svelte. He's got 3 goals in the last 2 games with his right foot. He's not even wearing Nike Pro Combat boxer shorts. He's wearing Calvin Kleins. And I'll tell you what, right there, that's why he's scoring so many goals. He's got my Calvins on. Take it away.
There we go. Romelu, he's had a few chances late. He missed a few sitters in the first half. It's not been plain sailing for him. But again, he's come up trumps. Just had a contribution here from AJ's back. He says, I'm sick of this. What do we have to do to see Chong, for God's sake? One weakness of Ollie. Thanks for the contribution, mate. But it's 3-2 with Lukaku, and apparently it's his right foot down.
Again, that's his 3rd goal in 2 games on his right foot. Almost a carbon copy of the first one he scored. He's just scored it from further out. This is just outside the area. Fred played the pass, so Fred comes on, gets himself an assist. And just to comment on what AJ says, I understand that you want to see Chong. We all want to see Chong, but not in a game like this. There's not going to be any room in behind for him to run. You know, it's going to be kind of going to be a waste of a substitution. So, AJ, we feel your pain. Chong's time will come, but for now, it's all about Big Rom and his Calvin Klein boxer shorts.
You know, I think now you chuck Bailly on there. And
you got to get fucking Young off the field, because he's liable to give away a penalty now to complete the hat trick.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Delo's giving chase here to a Rashford ball. It looks like it could be a corner. Oh, it's a goal kick. I tell you what, he did very well to try and win a corner there.
Right, most important thing, Dan, how long is left?
Just about to hit the 90-minute mark, so they will put up the added time momentarily.
Right. I need a Saints coming for this last few minutes.
Saints trying to come back down the other end, but Fred sees it out, and now there's going to be 5 minutes. So
5 minutes.
Yeah, like I said before, you at least had 4 before the goal he just scored, so there's going to be a little more time added on. So 5 minutes is about right. You've had 4 goals this half, 2 substitutions for United, 2 substitutions for Saints, so it's probably about right.
Contribution from Fidel Castro. It says, American fan here. Cheers. Thanks for that, mate. You're more than welcome. A lot of people saying Lukaku again. I know. It's the old thing, though, isn't it? You slate a player, they come up trumps.
Yeah, you got to get Bay on now, especially just to waste time and get Young off the field. You got to get Young off the field. Put Delo back there as your right wing back. Go 5 at the back, but you got to get the 3 points here. You can't take any chances.
I think it's time for a bit of a sing-song. Ollie's at the wheel. How does it feel?
Not yet, mate. Not yet, mate. Not yet. Because as long as Ashley Young's on the field, you can't sing anything.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, like I said, Lukaku, man, right-footed assassin. Who knew? Come on, United. See this out now.
Who knew? See this out.
So getting into the 92nd minute mark here. Just going to boot it along with De Gea.
No, it's not 3-3, guys. Don't worry. It's not 3-3.
Rashford giving a chase here. Saints are going to have a throw-in.
Keep it in the corner, Rashy. Come on.
Yeah, Saints got the throw-in, so... a little strange that they haven't brought on Bailly yet. Usually he does that quite a bit. Ole, he makes a little defensive change at the end, very end to shore it up. Maybe that's coming next. But Delo putting good pressure on. Big Rom putting some good pressure on in his own special way.
Come on. A lot of people, a couple of people there saying my pipes were worth it.
Oh, Big
Come
Rom
on.
in again.
Come on.
Vestergaard did very well there to win that ball. Smalling actually played his first good pass in over 10 years.
Do you know what? Some games though, I mean, it's whizzed by so quick.
Saints coming on the attack here, Marcus. Hold on now. And what do you know? What a surprise. They're going down the left.
Paolo Horgeland has made a contribution. Thanks for that. He's put Lukaku, saved us 2 games now. That's 6 points. Yeah, fair point, mate. Yeah.
Hold on. Pogba's played it into Rashford. Rashford's going to have a little one-on-one here.
Come on.
Nope. Take way too long. Then he's gone down, and he's going to have a penalty. Rashford won a penalty. I tell you what. Rashford's won a penalty in the what might be the most I don't even know what to call it. It was just an absolute shit show, Marcus. I'll run it by you. I'll run it by you right now. So Pogba does one of his classic, turbo boost. I'm going to run past the whole midfield in the end of the game type deal. Rashford eating up tons of acres of space on the left. Pogba plays him in. Rashford gets in one-on-one with the defender. He waits way too long on the ball.
Yeah.
The defender nicks it off of him, but the ball doesn't go very far, so he just shields the other defender from the ball, and the other defender comes in and just cleans him out. just absolutely destroyed him. So Pogba here to take the penalty and hopefully wrap this baby up.
Has made a contribution. Thanks for that. It says Young is trash. We know he needs to rest too. FFS.
Pogba on the penalty. Here comes the slow run up.
Come on.
Saved it.
What?
Keeper saved it with his feet.
Oh my God. This game's got it all.
It's got everything. So Pogba's not going to add to the goal tally, and I will say this, he saved it with his feet. He went right down the middle, Pogba, so the goalie didn't have a clue, but it was at the perfect height that he could save it with his feet.
Isn't that the second one he's missed now?
I think so, but his conversion rate's pretty high. And here comes Chung now, AJ. So
go on then.
Chung is going to have about 20 seconds to pick up a ball and throw it in. They're bringing Rashford off. Did well to win the penalty, but yeah. Wow, I'll tell you what. Imagine if that was 2-2 and Pogba missed that penalty. Good Lord.
Oh, do you know what? I'm really surprised Lukaku didn't take that.
Oh, yeah, for the hat-trick.
Yeah. I'm really surprised. Yeah. He was on a hat-trick winning against Palace. Didn't get it. Yeah, I think maybe Ollie might have a look at that and think bit of a switch up now.
Well, Chong's come on and Chong's won a free kick right away.
Yeah. Who's got
Good lad. Rashford. Yeah. No, I think Pogba's going to stay on the penalties.
Yeah.
I think he's taken close to like maybe 7 or 8 this year, and he's missed 2.
Kareem.
So not great.
McGargle made a contribution. Thanks for that. He says Chung. Couple of people getting on Pogba's back because he's missed a penalty, but if we got the 3 points, as it's looking at the minute.
Listen, you know what? If you miss a penalty in the 3-2 game, and you go on to hold out and win, I'd rather have him do that than miss it in a 0-0 game in the 90th minute. So
yeah,
it's all about context. And Pogba's just taking a yellow. He was doing a little bit of argy-bargy in the corner there, Marcus.
Yeah, we'll take that. Took
with Romeo, so there can't be much long left. I mean, I know they had the penalty, but there can't be much long left.
Pogba's strike rate of penalties is 75%, says SB.
That's it. Wrap it up.
It's done. Yeah.
Full time, brother.
Yes. 3 points in the bag for United. The gap has been closed. Perfect day.
Absolutely massive.
Perfect
day.
Day.
Absolutely massive. Huge. That, I mean, you can't say huge anymore with a capital H. But I'll tell you right now, that was Lukaku, man. Listen, Lukaku to the rescue. No Sanchez on the field. That was the difference. That was the difference today.
Definitely. It certainly opened up the game a hell of a lot more in the second half as soon as Sanchez went off, I thought. United seemed to, as soon as Delo came on, it sounded like he made a difference down that right-hand side. The ball's into the box, not afraid to take people on. So yeah, I think something has got to be done about Sanchez, and now he's injured. Don't wish injury on any player, but I think really that's a good thing for United going forward because it will allow Pogba to express himself more on the left.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Listen, it's just sometimes it takes injuries for guys to step in. Look at Andreas today. He doesn't get that chance for the goal and the assist if Herrera doesn't go down. This might be Chong's chance to come in now and play on the right and have Rashford off the left, and keep Lukaku up there until Martial and Jesse come back. But listen, everyone's it's next man up mentality. It's how you got to be. It's how you got to play. So probably. You want to go around to the player ratings and man of the match and all that good stuff?
Yeah, we can do. I just want to just say thanks ahead of time for everyone tuning in. Dan's gonna do his player ratings shortly, but just want to give a shout out to everyone who's tuned in today. For the love and support of the channel. This community I think is the best community on YouTube. I think it's the best fan channel as well. Try and read out as many comments as I can, and hope everyone enjoyed it. And we'd appreciate it if you put a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Click your notification bell because the fan cams will be coming in about 20 minutes. So yeah, I mean, do you want to add anything to that, Dan?
No, absolutely. Thank you guys all. Really, before we get into the ratings and the man of the match and things like that, thank you all you guys for tuning in as always. It's been a pleasure. Love reading the live comments. There's always some absolute class in there. Marcus, love talking to you on the phone. If I could, I'd make you my number one in my life, but I got a place for my I got a place for my wife, unfortunately. So, but
1.5 is good enough for me.
There you go. Nothing but love to everybody in the comments and things like that. So, yeah, man, great pleasure to do it, and happy to get another win. And that's still no defeats in the league for Ole. So
yeah, definitely
had to come back and do it the hard way.
We had to. Dylan Pidgley with a contribution. Thank you, Dylan. It says, "Well, we made that difficult. Young made that difficult for us. He certainly did." Dan, do you want to shout out what you're doing in the summer again before we get into the player rankings?
Yes, sir. So in the summer, the football club that I play for, New York Shamrock, they will be having a Legends game against the Manchester United Legends. Brian McClare, Cleberson, some of the names that are going to be playing for the United squad. They're trying to get Wes Brown. So it's going to be up at Gaelic Park in Manhattan. If you want to get at me for tickets or anything like that, they're going to be super cheap, $10 a ticket. So if you're in New York, if you're in the surrounding areas, if you want to take a vacation over, we'll be more than happy to accommodate you. So the Twitter to find me is Dr. Dr. _ Octagon OCTAGON. Yeah, I've put my phone number out there, Marcus. I've already gotten a couple texts and a couple calls.
Okay,
the phone number again is 347. 1 is the country code, so it's 1-347-366-2853, and that's how you could get in touch with me about the tickets for this Man United Legends game against New York Shamrock. Player ratings. Let's just get right into it. De Gea, going to give him a 5, only because 5 is your average score. I don't think there was anything that he could have done on the goals. I don't think there was anything he did during the game. I don't really remember any saves he had to make, corners that he really had to come out for, because most of the corners were dealt with by the defenders. So 5 might be a little harsh, but I'm going to stick with a 5 for De Gea. Ashley Young, 1, all day long a 1, and that's just by de facto because he was actually on the pitch and he was able-bodied. So other than that, listen. I can't stress enough that he almost cost us that game. That's your club captain, and hopefully next week he will be on the bench. Smalling, Lindelof, I don't think they did a whole lot wrong. Charlie Austin really didn't pose a threat. Everything was coming down the Ashley Young's side. So Smalling and Lindelof, I'll give them both a 6. I think they were a little bit above average. Lindelof actually probably closer to a 7. Smalling too much with the hands. Lindelof actually had a couple headers to deal with that he had to come and especially off the corner right after United scored. He actually made a really good clearance off a header. So Good composed on the ball, Lindelof. Luke Shaw, 7. Solid 7. Very good going forward. Good crossing. Didn't do a whole lot long in defense. A whole lot wrong. Maybe at fault for the first goal in terms of after Young's mistake, the didn't close down on Valerie quick enough. But I'd say a 7 for Luke Shaw. Pogba for me gets a 7. I think in the second half, just totally composed the game. He calmed things down. He picked the right passes to put the guys into good areas. Missed the penalty, so you could argue he's closer to a 6 than a 7. So, what I say a 7 for Pogba. First half he played well in patches. Second half, especially towards the end of the game, last 15 minutes, he played very well. Andreas for me an 8. Terrible. At points in the first half after the first 5 minutes in which he was spectacular. Rest of the game he was pretty poor. Up until the second half, he just absolutely turned it on, and him and Lukaku won us that game. So I'd say 8 for Pereira. McTominay 6. Didn't do anything wrong really. Wasn't that great on the ball either. Misplaced a lot of passes, but he was, you know what he's there to do, clean up, and things like that. Sanchez on the left 4. Working hard again, running around, but it's so evident that he shouldn't be in the team. So for me, no way should he be in the squad at any point in time in the near future. Rashford on the right, I'm gonna be a little harsh on Rashford. I'm gonna give him a 5. I think he didn't do much. He did a lot of running, put himself about, but no end product. The finishing was bad. He was definitely off his game today. He was very frustrated by the Southampton defense, especially the big center back. So then man of the match and your best player on the pitch today, I got to say Lukaku. 9 out of 10 for me. He had a few chances in the first half that he could have put away. One, Gunn made a really good save on, but second half especially, put the team on his back. Single-handedly won us that game along with Pereira. So man of the match, Big Rom, definitely a 9 for me. So your subs, Fred came on, provided an assist, so he could get a 6, 7 out of 10. Chong, not on long enough to make an impact, and Delo, I'd say I'd give an 8 off the bench. He was absolutely phenomenal. Had a big part to play in the goal, the first goal. He was just superb. So those are your match ratings.
There we go. So officially from Dan, then Lukaku man of the match.
Absolutely, yeah, for me definitely, yeah, 9 for me.
So I mean, like I said, he did miss a couple in the first half that you said, didn't you? Early on, but he
Right.
certainly made up for it the longer the game went on. Rashford, I think, again, going by the sounds of it, didn't really have a great game, did he? But maybe he's still carrying the effects of that injury.
Yeah, it didn't play too well, but could be still hurt.
But I think, again, the right-hand side is an obvious fault in our back line. Something has got to be done. But interesting that, again, Delo's come on and has played forward, more of a attacking right midfielder, and straight away, Dan, I mean, he took 3 people on, you said. He put that ball in.
For Rashford, yeah.
Yeah, just caused absolute havoc as soon as he come on. So the comments earlier about saying that Delo should maybe, make that right-hand side save the money on Sancho. You never know. You never know.
No, definitely not. But like I said, the only thing is then you got to sacrifice with Ashley Young at right back. So for all of Delo's defensive inefficiencies, I think anything's better than Ashley Young at right back at this point. So something's got to change, Marcus. I got to say the two big negatives for me were the club captain Ashley Young and definitely big time Alexis Sanchez. He's just got to wrap it up.
Definitely. Well, we shall end it on a positive with the fact that Ollie's at the wheel.
That's damn right.
Unbeaten in the league still, and we look ahead to Paris Saint-Germain on Wednesday, I think it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. So Mark will obviously be back for that one, and I'll be joining Mark on that for the Champions League on Wednesday night. Like I said, thank you all for tuning in today. Thanks everyone for liking the video and sharing the video and subscribing to the channel if you're new and clicking your notification bells to get updated from the United Stand. The United Stand's daily content. It's all live. And yeah, stay tuned for, I'll say probably in about 15-20 minutes the fan cams will start going up, and look out for Mark because he is there at the game. and he will be doing a fan cam. And we just had a contribution from Vishal Oran. He says Alexis needs to go in the summer. We don't need him. Today was a great example of it. The moment he goes off, we score 2 goals. Totally agree with that. The change in play from an attacking sense as soon as he goes off was, the difference between night and day for me, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only does he need to go in the summer, he needs to go. He needs to go right now, tonight. You know,
Definitely.
listen. If you got to keep him, if you got to keep him out of the team for the rest of the season, so be it. But it is so clear he is awful, and I'm actually looking forward to Goldbridge's fan cam. I can't wait to see what he has to say about Sanchez and Young. I'm waiting with bated breath.
A couple of people saying, Mark, stop pointing at me. I hope you enjoyed the graphics anyway today. But yeah, Mark obviously wanted to be here, but got an offer to go to the game late this morning, so I don't think anyone can begrudge him going to see it. But thanks for everyone for tuning in, and thanks for Dan for coming on. Pleasure as always, mate.
Absolutely, Marcus. It's been real. Much love. We'll be speaking soon, I'm sure, whether
Yeah.
that's via Twitter, face to face, iChat, GChat, Gmail, AIM, AOL, whatever I could get you on. But yeah, mate, as always, it's absolutely great to be on. And much love to everybody in the comments and everybody that showed up and, listen to us two ramble on for 3 hours. So enjoy your
Exactly.
weekend, y'all, and take care.
Exactly, and big up to everyone like in the comments today, and to all the moderators, and absolutely fantastic job today, and it's been a great afternoon. So speak to you all guys soon.